shortcomings with theatrical.
Yo, alright, can you hear me? Alright, finally. Damn, my shit was tweaking. How did DC ruin its animated movies universe by M Enterprises? I wouldn't say DC ruined them. I would say they dragged it on a little long, but I wouldn't say it ruined this universe. I did drag it on for a long time though. Oh, cool. For some reason, their live action movies don't be that good, but their animated movies be great. Animated like movies and shows too. They all be good. It's very rare that DC will miss when they make an animated movie or show, but they always seem to miss when they make live action. That's how I started. That's how I found out Red Hood was through this movie. That was a good movie too. Justice League War is kind of a loose adaptation of the comic book. I think issue 1 through 6, the New 52 Justice League is loosely based on events in that book. We didn't adhere to it the way we did The Dark Knight Returns, but we ended up translating the first graphic novel. This is the first true New 52 DCU that we've done. Flashpoint kind of was like an old universe, and at the end of we hinted at the New 52 universe. I was hoping somewhere down the line we could do some other films that will hopefully connect the events from Flashpoint into the Justice League War, and any other films we do in the New 52 universe would be kind of cool. We haven't done that yet, but I'm hoping we can do that eventually. I'm trying to put Easter eggs throughout all the films. If you watch carefully, you will see them. I only got spotted any Easter eggs in the anime movies I've seen. Yeah, Son of Batman is announced. Yeah, Son of Batman is announced. We'll try to carry over the artwork direction from Son of Batman that takes place in the New 52. What we're trying to do is connect a lot of the films artistically, and if we can, we bring back the same voice actors. It depends on their schedule, of course. But there is some continuity between them. Not so much as maybe the Marvel live action films, but there is something there. At the end of these films, maybe there might be a tag that might hint at his next film, or what might happen in the features. It's good. We're excited. Is this Jay Alulia like the director or something? Batman Hush is great. I love Batman Hush. Death of Superman. I love Death of Superman too. That connected universe I was talking about, it wasn't that bad. Like the way they jump from next movie to the next movie in the universe did feel kind of like natural. It felt natural to jump from Jeff Bridges. And then we got to end it to the universe with Apocalypse War. From what I know, I heard they try to continue like from past Apocalypse War with other movies. I didn't really watch those. Yep. For the Vows is amazing, bro. Them probably my favorite Batman villains. Like I just underground like group that just runs the city that no one knows about, and it's just rumors. Was amazing, bro. I feel like the reason they struggle with live action is that struggle with live action because you can translate DC Comics into animation a lot smoother and easier and make it seem natural and legit that you could do a live action versus Marvel, as it's seen with the MCU in the first beginnings. A lot of the characters you could translate to live action that seems natural, but a lot of DC characters, like especially how powerful they are, if you try to translate them to live action, it just won't feel natural. I feel like that's where DC struggles at. James Gunn Superman felt natural too, so he's probably got the blueprint doing it now. I'm not saying all the DCU movies didn't feel natural. I'm just saying like probably why they struggle more than the animated movies, because the animated movies feel more natural because it was easy to go from DC Comics to animation, which I think they should do more of. Got a lot of amazing comics and comic runs that they didn't put in animation. I feel like they would go crazy in animation. Batman Under Red Hood was my introduction to Red Hood. I love that movie, and I love Red Hood. I love that Suicide Squad Hell to Pay movie too. I love Batman Hush. Let me see. I love The Long Halloween. I didn't really like Bad Blood like that. Batman Bad Blood. I thought Son of Batman was cool. I thought the Death of Superman was amazing too. I did not notice. I did not notice Eric. Keep in mind, I don't really watch Cartoon Network anymore since I was a kid, but I didn't know Beast Boy was getting his own show. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone talk about this either. Yep. Oh my days. I gotta restart this whole thing. Hold on, I gotta restart this whole damn thing, bro. It should be good now.
And butter for a
We got how. Oh, I'm still recording. How DC ruined this animated movie universe. I wouldn't say ruined. I wouldn't say ruined. I'll say it dragged on, but I wouldn't say ruined.
good while now. Nobody in their right mind would argue
And I
that
was talking about
Marvel had
earlier was I feel like the way DC animated movies feel so like better and more real and natural than the live action movies. Not because the live action movie was bad. I just feel like DC Comics is more suited for animated movies. Like you could translate a DC Comics to animated movies. I mean, yeah, the animated movies and shows easier than you could translate it to like a live action movie or show. Versus the Marvel, you could do that with Marvel with live action and like animated, but Marvel's live action reigns supreme, while DC animated reigns supreme because how easy it is to go from DC Comics to DC animation, because how naturally it feels. And I do, and the new Superman movie, James Gunn Superman, felt natural too. It felt like it was like a lot. It felt like it was an animation, a DC animation. That's how good that James Gunn Superman movie was for me. So it seemed like he got the blueprint, and I'm more excited for Supergirl too, and what he's gonna do with that character in the Batman movie. Even though it's not written by someone who's has a good track record with DC movies, but hey, she got a track record at least. But yeah, but DC animated movies and its animated shows is amazing. I feel like if you're talking about like just strictly, I think Invincible rival up there. Invincible's up there. But outside of like DC from American, like outside of DC from American comics, there's not really that much like animated shows that can hang with top DC. Probably only like Invincible
had better animated
and that
projects
that One
overall.
Adventure a series that aired on like Disney or something like that, Disney or Disney XD. That series is amazing too. And I love Ultimate Spider-Man that aired on Disney XD as well. So that I say those is up there,
Than
some of my
DC
all-time
from the
favorites.
90s to modern day. Many fans of the franchise likely developed their fondness of these characters through these
Yep, that's
classic
how
animated
I got
TV
to know the
shows
Red
and
Hood
movies
was
that
under the Red
gave
Hood,
justice
Death in the
to
Family.
titular heroes, as well as fleshing them out more than the DCEU ever could. Prior to the DC animated movie universe that started with Justice League Flashpoint Paradox in 2013 and ended with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War in 2020, most DC animated movies were self-contained, standalone stories that many times adapted iconic DC books, whether it be All-Star
True.
Superman, Batman Year One, The Dark Knight Returns, Superman vs. the Elite, Justice League Doom. They would also take bits and pieces of stories to craft something
Which
new
anime movie
entirely.
is
While
this?
standalone
Is this
animated movies
Doom?
are still made to this
I think it
day,
is
the
Doom.
emphasis on projects standing on
Justice
their
League War
own
is kind of a loose
began to
adaptation.
fade after the release
Comics issue 1 through 6, New 52 is loosely based on the events in that book. We did adhere to the way we did in the Dark Knight Returns, but we ended up translating the first graphic novel. This is the first true New 52 DCU that we've done. Flashpoint was the old universe at the end. We hinted at the New 52 universe. I was hoping somewhere down the line we could do some other films that would hopefully connect the events from Flashpoint to the Justice League War. This is old. It gotta be old. And this jail lived person. I think it's the director. I don't know. or any other film that we do in the New 52 universe would be kind of cool. We haven't done that yet, but I was hoping we can do this eventually. I'm trying to put Easter eggs throughout all films. If you watch carefully, you'll see them.
Of
I
Justice League Flashpoint
don't remember seeing
Paradox, where the
Easter eggs in it.
creatives
Not wait,
tease at the end of
are they
that
talking about
movie
like
a new
Easter eggs for another film? Because I do remember seeing a couple of those. Like, oh, that leads to the other film. Well, that's connected to this film. If you're talking about that, then yeah, I think he did that
52
well.
inspired universe that would have a shared continuity, with the intent of connecting the movies stylistically and bringing back the same voice actors, creating a more homogenized
We're
feel
trying to
for
carry
these
over there,
upcoming features, which was in
because
stark contrast to what Warner Brothers Animation had done with the DC movies before. The beginning of this new universe happened
how do
only
y'all
a
like the
few
New
short
52 comics?
years
I heard
after
that
the
wasn't
launch of the New 52
received
comic
really well.
initiative. However, the New
I do
52 was
like that
supposedly used
Red Hood and Outlaws. I love that run, and I think that was part of New 52. But I heard like New 52 wasn't received that well.
as a jumping off point rather than the sole inspiration for the entire universe, as more than half of the movies were either inspired by pre-New 52 stories like The Death of Superman or Batman Hush
Those are
over
amazing movies.
original
Hush
stories
and Death of
entirely.
Superman was an
They wanted
amazing
to
movie. I love them
experiment in
both.
having a lot of these movies build on one another and aim to create an interconnected universe with growth and consequences. The DC AMU allowed for several characters to make their debut outside of comics in any medium.
Mm-hmm.
Characters like Damian Wayne, Catherine
Mm-hmm.
Kane Batwoman, Batwing, and the Court of Owls had their first ever adaptations in this universe. Other characters were further explored upon and
I love
pushed
the
into
Jewish
the
contract too.
zeitgeist ever so slightly. Despite
Even
emphasizing a
if you
new shared
add that weird
universe, the video
Deathstroke
sales
bullshit.
numbers for DC animated movies released digitally began to decline. Majority of the top 10 highest selling DC animated movies in domestic home video sales released prior to 2013. Batman the
They be
Killing
doing
Joke
Green
is the
Lantern
only
so
movie to
wrong, bro.
surpass $8 million in sales after Superman Batman Apocalypse released in
I feel like
2010. The average video
there's amazing like stories you could tell with Green Lanterns. Any type of Green Lantern. Any Green Lantern. John Stewart, Hal Jordan, any. Guy Gardner, any. And they be kind of like, it's just like, they be kind of messing with them. But you got a whole universe to explore with Green Lanterns, bro. And all types of lanterns, all types of villains, all type of anything. But Green Lanterns got like you could do anything with Green Lantern basically.
sales
He's
numbers
so
for
amazing.
DC animated movies from
Whole universe to
2007 to
explore.
2013
They
was
don't.
around
DC don't really do
7.4 million. The highest to this
like
day is still
crazy
Batman
space
Under
stuff
the
like
Red
that.
Hood, with that movie generating around 12 million in domestic home video sales. DC movies from around 2013 to
Suicide
2020,
Squad
which
held to pay with them.
represents
I
the
love
age
held to
of
pay.
interconnected
And Death of
DC
Superman.
movies,
And
averaged
Batman
around
Hush. Justice League Dark
$4.3
was
million
amazing. Jewish
in
contract
sales
too.
up to the release of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. And when you take into account movies that were
I
released
ain't
up
really
to
like that Injustice
2023,
movie.
the average sales
I feel like
dropped
that
to
Injustice
around
movie was just doing
3.7 million.
bullshit.
I think the overall decrease in buzz surrounding these movies and overall sales numbers can be attributed to a few main factors, particularly the piss poor marketing these movies received in later years. For some reason, DC has never been good at marketing their animated
Yeah, they
projects
never
or
been good
making
at
people
that.
aware they even
They absolutely
exist.
never been good at that. Like there's some DC stuff you just like animated stuff that just comes out and you just never aware of. Like when I first found out they did Young Justice, like what the later seasons, because I remember watching like anything past like season two. Because didn't they take like a long break between seasons from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4? But I didn't even know they was coming out with those seasons until later on, which I hated those seasons. I love a Young Justice season 1 to season 2. I feel like both of those seasons was amazing. Season 3, what was Young Justice season 3 again? That was I can't remember if I liked season 3. If it's season 3 is that Blue Beetle stuff, then I like it. If it's not that Blue Beetle stuff and that's season 2, I just don't like season 3. If it's that whole stuff with the mother box, cyborg, and that weird bug alien person, I found that to be a snore fest. But if it was the Blue Beetle stuff, I love that Blue Beetle stuff. Young Justice was amazing when it first started off. It was heat, so heat, and it just. I feel like they should have stayed with the Young Justice team. I feel like if I feel like they wanted to always get a new team every new season. Like they should have stayed with the Young Justice team, build those characters up for like the first couple seasons. Then that's when you, after the first couple seasons, that's when you have them grow up and introduce another team. But it seemed like after every season, they just wanted to introduce another team and make the other characters grow older. It's like why we don't want to see that. We came for the Young Justice team, the Robin, the sidekicks, the Superboy, Kid Flash, Like
unless
that's what we
it's
want
a
to see with Young
theatrical
Justice,
release.
and
Genuine
it just
question: how many of
kept
you
getting
were
older
aware
and
that a
older.
new
It's like
Beast Boy
we don't
animated series aired on Cartoon
did
Network?
not know Beast Boy had an animated series. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That was back to my Young Justice topic, bro. We should have stayed with them. If we stayed with them, I feel like Young Justice would have been here all of his seasons. If we stay with them, but then that's when they and you can obviously add new characters to the team, and then you can have other characters either lead a team or grow older. But I feel like they rushed the characters aging a little, and them growing up and starting families, getting relationships a little too fast. I feel like that's what started to hurt Young Justice because and they started like adding all these different superheroes, all these different characters. It just didn't feel like Young Justice anymore. It just felt like another Justice League show, basically. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Network last year.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Some of you might have seen the trailer for the Watchmen two-parter animated movie, but I haven't really seen anyone talk about it. Most of the marketing I see for these
I haven't
movies
seen no one talk about
consists
this
of a
either.
trailer, maybe a social media post, and mostly just ads on the back of single issue comics. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War served as the culmination of the DCAMU.
I love
The
Apocalypse
final
War.
entry in this
That's
universe
probably
that
like my
was
second favorite
one
movie right
giant
after
crossover
Batman
event
Hush
featuring the Justice League,
from
Justice
the
League Dark, the
animated
Teen
universe.
Titans, and the Suicide Squad. A lot of people would describe this movie as
I'll say
the Avengers
I'll say
Infinity
Batman
War
Hush,
and Endgame of the DCAMU.
Batman Hush, Apocalypse War, and Justice League Dark. I feel like those are my three favorite movies from that DC animated universe.
And that's kind
Nah, cause he's saying
of one giant
he's
crossover
comparing this
event
like
featuring the Justice League,
the
Justice
Avengers
Dark, the
Endgame.
Teen Titans, and the Suicide
But he
Squad.
said
A
this
lot of
wasn't.
people would
They didn't. It would be Endgame without Infinity War. I would say Infinity War just DC's Infinity War just happened way sooner than Endgame. I feel like Justice League War was like nah, cause Darkseid would have won that if that would have been an Infinity War. So he might be right. He might be right. Because Darkseid would have won for it to count as an Infinity War. But I would say something that sets up to Justice League Apocalypse and this Superman and the Superman versus Darkseid stuff will be Justice League War and the death of Superman. Because you remember in this universe, I think fucking I forgot Darkseid created like Doomsday, and that what got Superman killed, and that's what made Superman want to crash out on Darkseid because Superman he was like, if he got another Doomsday and that Doomsday killed me, what chance do Earth have if it destroyed the Justice League? So, and that what made Superman crash out on Darkseid. Not
describe
knowing
this movie
Darkseid was
as
listening the
the
whole time.
Avengers Infinity War and Endgame of the DCAMU, and that's kind of true. A more accurate
But
way
yeah,
to
I'll
describe
say
it would be Endgame
without the Infinity War,
or the
because
events of
just
Infinity War being
because
relegated to a
Darkseid need
flashback
because
sequence
Darkseid
of the
needs
first
to
8
win
minutes.
for it
In
to
all
be an
honesty, the
Infinity
movie was
War.
a
'Cause
bunch of
Thanos won Infinity War. What the
okay,
fuck?
it's not that bad, but it's not great either. Some of the glaring issues with the movie involve
Oh, I
the
love
sheer amount
Apocalypse
of
War.
shock value present throughout its 90-minute runtime. I understand
I do
wanting
feel like
to
it was
convey
like
the
they tried to
gravity of the
GM
situation.
at like a
Superman
huge,
and the
and it
rest
was
of the
stories like
Justice
that
League
until
went
90
head
minutes. It's
first
kind of
into
crazy, but I love
Apocalypse to
Apocalypse
attack
War.
Darkseid before he could take over Earth. And even though Batman had a contingency plan for Zatanna to cast a spell on John Constantine to escape in case things went south, neither him, Cyborg, nor Lex Luthor accounted for the fact that Cyborg is half of a mother box, and didn't explore the possibility of Darkseid spying on them and knowing
I mean,
every
who
detail
really
of their
gonna think
plan.
about
The
that?
half
They're like,
parademon and half doom
it, like Cyborg has shown no signs to that whatsoever. I mean, yeah, Batman with all his contingency plans should have thought of something like that. But like Lex Luthor, I don't even think he knows Cyborg is from a mother box like that. Have you known that in the DCAU? And then Superman, he's so fixated on Darkseid and Doomsday, he didn't think about Cyborg sitting right in front of him. So I feel like that makes sense for Lex if he didn't know that where Cyborg comes from in Superman because he was ready to just crash out on Darkseid and get revenge. Because remember, Doomsday did kill him. Basically, Darkseid killed him. And then Batman, yeah, Batman should have thought of that, like, have a contingency plan just in case of that. I mean, he did kind of with the Constantine stuff, but that wasn't because Cyborg. That was just because in case something bad happened. But yeah,
Doomsday
Batman
army
definitely should
or
have thought of something like that.
Paradooms were pretty formidable, considering Doomsday killed Superman in this universe just like in the Death of Superman comic. However, I feel like it was in bad taste to have half the heroes get massacred or maimed in a
Nah.
PowerPoint presentation
Yeah,
or a couple
PowerPoint
of second
presentation,
clips
yeah,
at best. And
like
these aren't supposed to
second
be
clip,
side
yeah.
characters. These are the heavy
Because
hitters
yeah,
of
was
the
a heavy
Justice
litter of the Justice League. So having them done in like this slideshows like this is crazy. like I said, trying to jam all of this into a 90-minute film was like the worst thing they could have done. I feel like if they had a chance to go 3 hours like in game, I feel like this would have been a lot better.
Justice League. It was rapid fire too, like, yep, he's cooked, she's dead, he got mollywopped, they got jumped. Many of them with brief on-screen appearances had little to no dialogue. The entire Green Lantern Corps were probably the biggest
If we got to
jobbers in
see
this whole
these fights,
universe.
that would have been
Darkseid
a
somehow
lot more
solos the
amazing.
entire Corps in the Guardians of Oa, and Hal Jordan brutally dies in a single frame with no dialogue. Another issue I have with killing off a bunch of these characters is the little screen time they had prior to Apocalypse War. So many heroes were
True.
introduced in one movie, got to shine
They
in
just
that
get
particular
added
project,
randomly.
and are never seen again
And a
until
lot of them
Apocalypse
just got
War,
added
just so they
randomly-
can die a
randomly.
gruesome death. Some examples include Batwoman and Batwing getting introduced in Batman Bad Blood, then die alongside the other Bat family members thanks to the Paradooms. The Teen Titans arguably had it the absolute worst. Most of them just die off very quickly. The Suicide Squad throughout the entirety of Apocalypse War had more screen time than members of the
True.
Teen Titans. Those bozos had one movie prior to this one. The Teen Titans
Whoa,
had at
whoa,
least
we're not gonna
two.
call the Suicide Squad bozos. I love how they did, other than that weird terror stuff. I love how they did Slade and the DCAU too. But what I was gonna say was, the Suicide Squad was a good idea, but it would have been better if you just had like a bunch of superheroes who lost faith, but they refined it after seeing a weakened Superman still try to fight Darkseid again, and go on that crazy mission and sacrifice their lives like that. But Suicide Squad wasn't bad either. I feel like I love
Nightwing
Suicide
making
Squad.
appearances throughout since Son of Batman, but whatever. DC saw people starting to resonate with these characters like,
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?
with the amount of characters
Yo,
that
bro.
die in unceremonious ways, I'd argue this movie is more so DC's Ultimatum than Infinity War. The Marvel comic event in the original Ultimates universe that killed off a bunch of established heroes like Wolverine, Daredevil, Professor X, Cyclops, Magneto, Doctor Strange, and a bunch of other characters for no reason other than to be edgy and brutal. Literally the first person you see die on the Teen Titans is Wallace West Kid Flash. When the hell was he introduced in this
Yeah,
universe?
he wasn't.
This movie is
introduced at all.
technically the
I told you
first
they
ever
just be
appearance of
adding
this.
characters randomly throughout movies, and you don't see them. You be like, where the fuck did he just come from? That was their big mistake
This
too.
Kid
That
Flash,
was a
that's
mistake
him
for the
watching
DCAU too.
Superman's debriefing alongside the rest of the Titans. Then next time you see him, it's his lifeless corpse. Bumblebee had one flashback sequence in Justice League vs. Teen Titans with the original version of the team where Dick Grayson was still Robin. Random side tangent. Apparently the original Kid Flash in the Teen Titans flashback wasn't intended to be Wally West, but rather Barry Allen
that's
as
Barry,
Kid
yeah, I
Flash,
know that was
according
Barry.
to one of the head producers of the DC AMU.
Why are you
From this
fucking
tweet, I
with
seen
me?
this tweet.
Why are you fucking with me? Why are you fucking with me?
Please explain to me how
That's
that
supposed to
makes
be Barry.
any logical sense. You mean to tell me the Barry Allen Flash we see as a founding member of the Justice League is supposed to be around the same age as Nightwing, Starfire, and Beast Boy? On
Yeah, that
top
don't
of
make
that,
sense.
Barry
I'm gonna
Allen
give it
had
a B.
no idea Batman
That
was
don't make
real
sense. I'm
in
gonna
the
give it a
Justice League
B.
War movie.
Batman's real?
Yeah, he's over there.
What? It is a real honor to meet you, sir. Batman. Sir, Batman. Sir.
Why would you question Batman's existence if you supposedly worked with his first sidekick
Exactly.
many years
Yeah, that
prior
shit
to the
just doesn't
formation
make
of the
sense.
Justice League? Anyway, moving on. I feel like killing off characters who had little presence in the larger DC AMU comes across as an easy way to add to the body count rather than an earned emotional moment. Across all 16 movies, most attention was given to characters like Superman, a little bit of
Batman.
Nightwing, Flash, a lot of Damian Wayne, and of course the character with the most
Yeah,
screen time,
Batman.
appearing in 14 out of the 16 movies in the DC AMU, is Batman. The head producer even admitted that he would have liked to
Yeah, the
be more.
DCAU had like a little too much Batman. I'm gonna give it a B. They should have focused more on other characters other than just Batman and the Bat family. This is dark. The characters are so full of energy that take different places they can go. I'm sorry, we couldn't do more Titans because I really like the things they were doing with it. Yeah, I feel like they focused too much on
the Teen
Batman.
Titans as they were full of life and he liked the direction they were heading in. Look, I'm not trying to come off as they killed off my favorite superheroes. I just feel like it was very mean-spirited to have heroes like Shazam, Hawkman, Jon Stewart, and Starfire get taken care of so quickly or
Shazam
off
survived
screen to
though. I
either
mean, yeah, he
permanently
did escape.
die
He had
or
to
get
run.
transformed into Darkseid's minions
And
for the
he
sake of
died. He
giving
died.
lesser
Shazam
characters
died.
like the Suicide Squad
I
more
think he
screen
did. I don't
time.
know
You
if
can
Shazam
kill
survived.
characters
Actually,
off
I think
if executed well, but in here, especially after the 2-year time gap and everyone's fighting for their lives, it just doesn't
telling you,
serve
bro,
any
they try to
narrative purpose.
crunch it
Just
into
is
that
like,
90-minute
okay,
runtime.
Superboy's
It
dead,
kind of hurt the story.
Batgirl's dead, whoop-de-freaking do. The end of Apocalypse War features Barry Allen going back in time
And
to
resetting
create
the
another
timeline, yeah.
Flashpoint, setting up a larger narrative that led to the creation of the Tomorrowverse. This
Yeah,
was
I
the
don't know
catalyst
too
for
much about the
Justice
Tomorrowverse
League
at all.
Crisis
I
on
didn't see none of
Infinite
these
Earths
movies.
trilogy, and the
That's
reason
what I
why
mean
the
when I say they
multiverse
did
was
try to
dying.
drag it on
Attempting to kill an infant
with the
Darkseid broke
Tomorrowverse.
reality and caused the existence of the multiverse, which wasn't supposed to happen, so the different monitors destroying the different Earths act as sort of an antibody.
You sent him to rewrite history. What gave you the right?
Welcome to Apocalypse, Bats.
The only way to stop Darkseid was to eliminate him before the invasion.
He's a fixed point in time. He must exist.
Barry won't do it. It's not in him.
Don't you think I knew that? The spell, darkest of magic.
He's living poison.
He doesn't have to do anything to the little monster. He's already done it.
This man
That's
is from an
crazy.
Earth that existed before our multiverse.
So he
Decimated
sent
by
Barry to
Darkseid,
kill
he was
Darkseid,
fixed
a baby
point in
Darkseid,
time.
knowing
Didn't
Barry
change
didn't have
the
the balls.
universe.
So
It
he
shattered it.
Every critical decision
already set
created a
him
new
up.
possible reality.
The multiverse is expanding
That's crazy.
geometrically.
I might have to check out the
Infinite
Tomorrowverse. Tomorrowverse gonna look
The
insane.
universe wasn't designed to support infinite variations of itself.
What's even worse about all of this is that the DCAMU was replaced with an even more mediocre universe, featuring a rushed finale and even less fleshed out and developed
I
characters,
might have to check out
along
the
with the
Tomorrowverse.
animation getting more and more stiff with each passing entry. Much of the characters in the Crisis trilogy had less screen time than some of the characters in Apocalypse War. The Tomorrowverse only lasted 4 years with 10 feature films in total, half of them being split parts of a larger story like the Batman The Long Halloween two-parter and the aforementioned Crisis trilogy. Apparently, it was pre-planned for the Tomorrowverse to be 10 movies in total that would culminate
Is
in a
Tomorrowverse
crossover
based on
event.
comics?
Warner
I don't know
Brothers
if it's
didn't
based on
want
a
the new
comic series.
universe to go on for too long
Could
and
be.
only wanted to do a 10-movie arc. WB intended on bringing in other producers to start a separate universe of their own down the line, which would later turn out to be James Gunn and
James
Peter
Gunn.
Safran. There was definitely a noticeable decrease in budget over the years as DC animated movies were released. Not only could you see it in the downgrade in animation and art style, the producers of the Crisis on Infinite Earths trilogy simply couldn't afford more voice actors for a bunch of the background characters
That
on
was
screen,
whoa,
which is
whoa,
why there
Warner
are a
Brothers-
good chunk of DC characters seen
They
but not
didn't give
heard.
that
So when looking at the
DC
grand
that much
scheme
of
of
a
things,
budget?
the Tomorrowverse's entire narrative purpose was
I mean,
just to
yeah,
build up to a Crisis
that's
event
kind-
using the
that's
pieces
hella
left over
just-
by the previous
I mean, yeah,
universe. There was a
probably-
lot of missed potential
Why
in
did they
not
give
fixing
this-
the
the
mistakes
Tomorrowverse
with
that
the
much good of a budget?
DCAMU and possibly delving into untapped story arcs and characters never seen before. Many arcs and character developments were mishandled, such as the formation of the Justice League happening off screen, or the bastardization
Whoa, you
of
can't
Hal
have something
Jordan
like
and
that
the
off
Green
on
Lantern
screen. I'm not
Corps.
gonna lie. Having the
Massive
Justice League form off screen, you cannot do that. You gotta see them form on screen, or you gotta start already with the Justice League already established. If you don't have the Justice League established and you form them off screen, that just feels cheap. It's gonna piss a lot of people off. You can't do that. That's bad.
pacing issues in the Crisis trilogy.
Or we gotta
and
see
in
like
Justice
them
League
leading
World.
up to forming, not just like we don't have to see them all the way form up together, but have a little sign of them leading up to forming, not just off screen the whole shit. I don't know if they did that with Tomorrowverse, but the way he making it seem like they're
Well,
off screen.
shoot, I'm not saying it's inherently better, but the Crisis event in the CW Arrowverse had more excitement with certain
I
cameos
skipped
and
all
certainly
them
had a better
Crisis
build-up
events.
across
I'm
the
not
different
gonna
shows.
lie. I'm not gonna lie.
After 11
I
years,
skipped all this. I couldn't finish no CW show. Like it starts off decent, it just turns off. That happens to every CW DC show. I just couldn't finish them. So I wasn't really paying, and I wasn't really paying to the Crisis event. Every time we go to this episode of this show to find out, but hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna skip over that shit and just forget about all that shit. Yeah, but I'm gonna give it a bean, bro. It's like every CW DC show. I'm not gonna say every, cause some of them just started off cheaply the worst shit ever. Like that one show where I forgot, it was like Villain Kids or something like that. And like Batman died. It was like some weird shit like that. I don't think I got finished or published, but that shit was just sounded terrible. But it's like the main CW shows, like they started off good, and the writers just don't know what else to do, and they hang on to these drags of characters like Iris and fucking what's the other girl, Felicity. some characters just needs to die, man. Kill them off, bro. They're annoying.
So if
Iris was
anything,
annoying.
I give
Iris
these
was so annoying in the CW Flash. He damn near like I put it up with her for a couple of seasons. A couple of seasons after that, but at some point it's like, damn, kill her off. Why is she still around? What does she provide for the team? She's useless. Why is she the leader? Why was Iris West the leader of Team Flash? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Oh, I just think about how they did that Flash. Oh, pissing me off so much, man.
see animated movies with the same animation and art style, I think I'm good in not seeing another
I'm-
attempt
I
at
saw- I
the
started crashing,
DCAMU
bro.
or the Tomorrowverse. DC animated movies were at their prime when they didn't have to be developed as
True.
part of the same continuity and were more standalone. I have
DC,
no idea
yeah,
if you-
DC animated movies did when they're just standalone movies, not part of no connected universe and nothing like that. I feel like that's better, 100% better, cause you could like pick it up like a random comic that was just a separate story from everything else, and you could turn it into a movie or a show or a one season show, and that would be amazing. I feel like that's why manga kind of do better than comics, sell better than comics, because they pick up like they're not part of like a connected universe basically, and they pick up like the story like JJK. You just pick up JJK, and then you got a One Piece run on another anime because the manga outsells comics because how popular anime is getting. Anime like does a great from getting screen watchers to reading the pages. They just great from that. Which I feel like once DC and like Marvel start getting off like one-off series and just animating them and live action them instead of connecting to one universe, I feel like they'll climb back up and go crazy too. I feel like that's what's holding it back because they try to connect everything to a universe. It's like not everything needs to be connected to a universe. Sometimes we could just get under the Red Hood. Sometimes we can get the Long Halloween. Sometimes we get like this super stories that doesn't connect to nothing, and it would do great, and it would have people go read the source material because how great they love that, and they didn't have to pay attention to something else to understand the full story. You feel me?
sure animated movies will still be home video releases like they have been for decades, or if there will be more of an emphasis on releasing them theatrically with bigger budgets under DC Studios, or possibly have them be exclusive to streaming services like Max. James Gunn did mention that the goal for DC Studios is to
Clayface
release
movies.
one
I
animated
can't wait
movie
to see
per
that.
year theatrically, along with
Cannot
2
wait to see a
animated shows
Clayface
for
movie.
Max.
I feel like they're
It
gonna
seems
go
like
crazy
not
with that
every
Clayface movie.
animated project in development will be forced into the DCU canon, since the Starfire animated show, My Adventures with Green Lantern, and the DC Superpower
like this
show
one-off
all take
series
place in their
that
own
just
established
had to
canon.
be-
My Adventures with
It
Green Lantern will
has to be
take
part
place
of a
in the
connected
same
universe,
universe
and
as
it's
My Adventures
like a
with
one-of-one
Superman,
of
hence
a
the
comic book just
similarities in the
turned to
title.
live
As long as
action
there is a
or
focus on allowing
animated.
these animated
I feel like it would
projects to
just go
stand on
so
their own
great, and it
stylistically
would
and
produce
tone-wise,
and
whether
it
it
would
be
make
DCU
comic
connected
sales
shows
rise
like
higher
Creature
and higher. I feel
Commandos or something else entirely, DC Animation might have a bright future ahead.
yeah, it does.
Gold and money
I don't
don't
know
mean
why
much
I just
when the
why this
world is
display. Let me go back to that other video now.
While DC has had its
But this is a great video by M Enterprise. That was an amazing video. We got Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. How did he kill all heroes and villains? I know this was like people hated this shit. People still hate this shit. Every time I see this get brought up, it's people just shitting on it. Like, oh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense. But I think it was just like, let's have fun, basically. I think this is like a let's have fun scenario. Then it's just like, let's take this serious scenario. I feel like. But this is just talking about the kills by Plot Armor Comics. This is just talking about the kills. I might react to like somebody breaking down the whole like book series, comic book series, basically. But right now, I think he's just talking about the kills. I might react to somebody breaking down the whole comic book series some point in the future.
This Jokes has made Deadpool one of Marvel Comics' most popular and most recognizable figures of our time.
You know what's
Since
crazy? A
his-
crazy story about that. It's not really crazy because I feel like everybody knows that. But they had to leak that Deadpool footage just to get just for that shit to release. Like they was sitting on like I think it was Fox or something like that. Was just sitting on that shit for so long, and then I think Ryan Reynolds leaked it, and people loved it, and they had forced it to get released. Basically, that's crazy.
humble
Deadpool's
beginnings,
such
the
a cool
Merc with a
character,
Mouth
man.
has gone from snarky underground
Deadpool
D-lister
is
to
such
a
a cool character. I
record-shattering
love me
box
some
office
Deadpool.
superstar. But the key to a great character isn't popularity, it's depth. And though the anti-hero's comedic disposition and wisecracking ways have taken him from the fringes out into the spotlight, it's Deadpool's tragic origins, warped psyche, and violent proclivities that keep the character from becoming just another costumed comedian. And perhaps no treatment of Deadpool has ever explored the range of the character quite so boldly or unapologetically as Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
People
From
hated
writer
this
Colin
shit.
Benn and artist
I'm
Dalibor
not gonna
Kalajic,
lie.
this 4-issue miniseries
I was like, I
takes
seen a
the
video
lovable
about this earlier.
gen-
I was talking about this at the beginning of the video, but I just remembered. I seen a reel about this earlier on Instagram, and people in the comments was just flaming that shit. I was like, oh no, people really hate it that bad.
and unleashes the depths of his
It's
depravity
like
onto the
injustice
Marvel
in me. Like
universe.
it's not meant to
Wade
be taken
Wilson has
serious at
finally
all.
snapped,
It's just like a
and
what
no
if
one
random
is
story.
safe.
Like just a
Issue
fucking
number
let's
1,
have fun
just getting started. Where
type of
else
story.
would
You feel me?
Deadpool's dissection
Like
of
it
his
doesn't.
universe
Fuck it, let's
start
have
than
fun.
with
Even though it doesn't
Marvel's
make
very
sense.
own first
Like for
family,
Superman
the
to just go
Fantastic
rogue and start
Four.
killing
Our
and
sordid tale
fucking
opens
taking
with a
over the world,
distraught
but
Sue
like,
Storm
oh
cradling
fuck it,
her
let's
dying
have fun
husband
series.
in
What
her
if Superman
arms.
goes
Amidst
evil?
the rubble and
You feel me?
carnage of the once utopic Baxter building, Mr.
I'm not
Fantastic
gonna lie.
struggles
How
to
did
look up at his
Deadpool
wife.
beat Reed Richards,
As
bro?
his
That's
structural
crazy.
integrity fails him.
If didn't like some characters like crazy overpowered characters, they just had Deadpool Oscar them and they just brought him up because they knew there was like no way they can really think of a way Deadpool was really taking them down. That does make sense, or some of these shows don't even make sense. So they show, but like that just kind of somewhat makes sense. I think it was like Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom. Like they all just said they just had like a panel box and like Deadpool killed them, wiped them out. That's crazy.
Reed weekly whispers to Sue that he's managed to save their 2 children.
How
by
did
sealing
Deadpool
them
even
within
like
the
beat
negative
Reed
zone,
Richards right here?
so
I want to
but
know, man.
never to return. Mr. Fantastic's elastic body begins to lose any semblance of tension, and the genius known as
Didn't
Reed
Thor get
Richards
crushed by
melts into
like
a
his
pile of
hammer that was
bones
super
and loose
big?
skin.
Because Deadpool
Despite
used
her
pin
grief
particles?
At the loss of her husband and children, Sue
No, that's
invisibly
insane.
takes off in pursuit of her family's murderer.
Yo, that's
She finds
insane.
the perpetrator, but not fast enough to prevent the Merc with a mouth from slitting the Human Torch's throat. When Johnny's blood splashes against his
That's
sister's
insane.
invisible
She just
form,
washed his
Sue
brother
Storm
out.
loses all semblance of restraint. The final surviving member of the Fantastic Four expands a force field inside
That
of
ain't
Wade
doing
Wilson's
nothing for.
head until
That's
it
not doing nothing to stop
explodes.
Deadpool.
Though when Sue turns her back, Wade Wilson
I don't know
reminds
why would
her
she
of an
turn her back
important
right there.
truth
She
while
know he got a
stabs
healing
his sword
factor. That
through
don't
her
even make
spine.
sense to
You
do.
don't run with scissors, you don't spit into the wind, and you never ever turn your back on a dead enemy,
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
not one with a healing factor.
Yeah, you know he has a
What
healing
could
factor.
have
Why are you
sent
turning
Marvel's
around
favorite
for? Why are you
flunky
turning
on
around?
such
You
a
know he has a
murderous
healing
and
factor.
joyless
You know he's like
rampage?
Wolverine.
Well, as the story travels back a few days, we
Speaking
see
of
a group
Wolverine, there he
under
is
the
right
direction of
there.
Charles Xavier entering the Ravencroft Asylum with a restrained Deadpool in tow. Professor X explains to his
How did
gadget
they even get
students,
Deadpool like
Wade
that?
needs help that we cannot provide. I only hope he can find the care he needs here. Safe to say, Charles would soon
I guess
come
he
to
is going over
regret
the
his
series. I didn't think he was
decision
going to go
outsource
through. I
the
just thought he was going to go over the
responsibility
kills.
for caring for Deadpool, especially since the doctor who took over Wade's care was none other than Psycho Man, impersonating a therapist. The microscopic mad scientist saw within Deadpool the horrifying possibility of unending
Didn't
violence
fucking
and slaughter, and decided to try to
Professor
tap
X
into
looked into
Deadpool's
Deadpool
true
head
potential.
and they
In only their
made him go
first
brain
session,
dead. That was
Psycho Man
crazy.
would
Like
inflict
how
such pain on
insane
the
can you
body
be
and
to
brain
make
of Wade Wilson
somebody
until
look
he
into your
quite
mind and go
literally
brain dead
cracks.
and kills
Who
them?
can say exactly what about Psycho Man's torture finally shattered Deadpool's fragile psyche? Perhaps it was the raw, unimaginable pain coursing through the regenerating degenerate's body and mind. Or perhaps it was the unendurable tragedy of it all. Wade once again
I wonder how
finds
the
himself
Deadpool
trapped
creator
and abandoned
took this
under an
series.
abusive thumb of an evil and psychotic torturer, just as the Weapon X program had treated him when Wade Wilson first became Deadpool. Whatever it was that broke Deadpool, he finally manages to stand after the excruciating episode. The comedic and lighthearted voices in the Merc's head would have vanished. Only one voice remained, a new
The red
voice.
box.
A dark and sinister whispering in Deadpool's ear, filling his head with dreams
The
of
red
violence and
box.
slaughter. Wade wastes no time in bashing Psycho Man to a bloody pulp against the table, but doesn't stop there. The ominous new voice tells Deadpool, "You know who I am. You've been waiting for me. You've killed one of them. Finish the job." The Merc with a mouth calmly fills the Ravencroft Asylum with gasoline and leaves the
That's
rest
such
of
a
the
cool panel
inmates
right
to
there.
burn
Deadpool
alive
putting
in
his
their cells.
utility belt
Meanwhile,
around
the
him.
Watcher
That's such a
solemnly
cool panel.
arrives at Sue Storm's murdered body. As the alien sadly sums up for the audience the story so far, Deadpool uses stolen Fantastic Four tech to render the Cosmic Observer paralyzed. Now, Deadpool growls as he draws his blade to the Watcher's throat.
Bro
"I
thought he
want
was
you to
sneaking
know
around.
everything.
Deadpool on his eyes.
The Watcher points to the
Deadpool
fourth
on
wall
his
itself
ass.
towards us, the reader.
Whoa.
Deadpool
What did I
unceremoniously
do?
relieves
What did he
the
say
giant
fuck me
head
for?
from the Watcher's shoulders
What
and
did he say
stalks
fuck me
off
for?
into the night, his mind already plotting his next kill. But before we see
What
who's
did I
next
do?
on Deadpool's hit list, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on to never miss an upload, and smash that like button for some more Plot Armor comics. Now, without further ado, let's
Alright,
jump into
let's see.
issue number 2. Issue 2. Earth's Mightiest Zeros.
Earth Mighty Zeros is
Deadpool's
crazy.
murderous rampage has upped its ante by the beginning of
Yeah,
the
this
second
I think
issue,
this one
where we learned
they
via news report that the Merc with a mouth has
off-
successfully slain the
off
Ghost
screen
Rider,
a lot of
Dr.
characters
Doom,
goes
Howard the
yeah
Duck, and
characters
various
that
members
make
of
no
the
sense that
superhero
Deadpool's
community.
beating.
His current victim, however, Dr. Doom, we
Like,
learned via
Dr.
news
Doom,
report
Ghost
that the
Rider,
Merc with
come
a
on now,
mouth
bro.
has successfully slain the Ghost Rider, Dr. Doom, Howard the Duck, and various members of the superhero community. His current victim, however, is none other than the spectacular Spider-Man. Engaged in a battle hundreds of feet above New York City streets, Deadpool and Spidey
How did Deadpool even get up that high?
Of course, Spider-Man is the only
Spider-Man
one
had to
between the
must
two with
carry
some
him up
way
that
of
high.
staying aloft, so Deadpool quickly hits the concrete with a sickening slump. Spidey lowers his guard as he lifts Wade by the scruff of his costume and starts lecturing him about all the lives he's mercilessly taken. Deadpool is hardly listening, though. Instead, he's bringing his sidearm
didn't think to
up
take his
Spidey's
guns
chin
away?
and
Like,
pulling
come
his
on now.
trigger without
Spider-Man
an
low-key
ounce of
dodging
regret.
that.
In clear view of the New Yorkers he'd protected for so long, the bullet rips a hole in the side of Peter Parker's face, and the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is no more. During their battle, however, Deadpool lets slip something significant. When Spidey yells, "You're lucky I don't kill you for what you've done," Deadpool wheezes back through cracked lungs. Am I? Do you think they would let you break character even if you wanted to? This
Oh, nah.
one quip underlines something
Oh,
essential
nah.
about Deadpool's rampage. Fourth wall
He's
breaking
dissing
has
the
always been
writers.
as vital to Deadpool as chimichangas, but Wade's broken mind has now warped his perspective beyond recognition. No longer does he apathetically amuse himself by referencing the fact that he lives within a comic. Now he sees his panels as jail cells. Deadpool understands something insidious about the nature of being a comic book character. You don't control your own life, the writers do.
I mean, yeah,
By
true.
killing
It's
the
kinda like real
characters
life.
across his storybook
It's kinda like real
universe,
life.
Deadpool sees himself as saving them from an existence of servitude and bondage at the hands of their creators. When Deadpool, fresh off killing Peter Parker, begins planning his next hit, the voice in his head argues, "Keep it simple. Spectacle is what they want. You don't have to play their game anymore." To which Deadpool replies, "I think I've already proven that I broke those chains. Otherwise, they never would have let me kill their beloved Spider-Man." Untethered from the whims of his creators, Deadpool sets off to tell his own story, written in blood. To prove his commitment to his cause, Deadpool sees no better next target than Marvel's mightiest heroes. That's right, the Avengers themselves are next on the Merc with a Mouth's hit list. Amazingly, Deadpool's plan goes off without a hitch. It's perhaps the
Why didn't they
cleanest and
all there
most
jumping
coldly
Deadpool,
calculated
though?
attack the Avengers have ever
Like,
faced.
why wasn't they
and
all there
never
just
stood
jumping
a
Deadpool when
chance.
Spider-Man was
The
fighting them?
regenerated
That don't even make
degenerate
sense.
steals a healthy supply of Pym particles, shrinks down enough explosives to blow a hole in the eastern seaboard, and hides the microscopic arsenal in
That's
plain
crazy.
sight right on top of the Avengers' meeting table. When Earth's burliest heroes meet to discuss the ongoing Deadpool problem,
Mightiest
they
Heroes,
don't
man.
realize they've already lost. The fireball
they
that
should
engulfs
know.
Avengers Mansion is enough to disintegrate Steve Rogers and Tony Stark in an instant. Though the more invulnerable Avengers like Luke Cage and Thor
But they
pose
should
more of
know.
a problem. For Cage, Deadpool uses the same trick twice, shrinking even more
And his coffee, I
explosives
think,
down and
yeah,
planting
it was
them
in his
Luke's
co-
morning
yep,
coffee.
his
The
coffee.
miniature detonations inside his bloodstream lobotomize Luke on the spot. Having bypassed Power Man's unbreakable skin, Deadpool turns his attention to Thor next. When
Thor
the
just
Thunder God
bullets
throws his
Deadpool
mighty
in one
hammer
shot.
at
I'm
the
gonna be
renegade
honest right
youth,
here.
and Deadpool asks one simple question: what's stronger, your hammer or your flesh? Mjolnir turns to return to Thor's fist, but Deadpool uses Pym particles again to grow the hammer to a massive size. The mallets collide.
Bro
with
got
Thor
smashed
at
by a
top speed,
giant
crushing
hammer.
the god
That's
under its
crazy.
weight. Deadpool finishes off the Thunder God with a boop on the nose for good measure. Deadpool walks away from the mansion solemnly reflecting, they never realized they were puppets, made to dance and love and die and suffer just like me. With the Avengers all but destroyed.
Nah, bro,
Sorry,
moving.
saved.
He look
There's
he's
only
spitting
one
facts
more
though.
member Deadpool has left to snuff
That
out.
red box
Big
letting him
Green
know.
himself. Deadpool finds the Hulk in the Midwest and gets literally ripped limb from limb during their first encounter. But as the not-so-jolly green
Look at
giant
backdoor the
retreats
Hulk,
to
bro.
a
That's a
nearby
shame.
cave and slumbers peacefully, the Hulk shrinks back down to puny Banner. A regenerated Deadpool takes this opportunity to quietly and expertly detach Banner's head from his body. With the Hulk, Spider-Man, and the Avengers all dealt
Deadpool
with,
look
it
clean
seems
right there,
Deadpool
though. I
might
can't
be
lie, he look
borderline
clean right
truly
here.
unstoppable.
He look
But at
clean.
that very moment, a group
This
of
is
grieving
when
loved ones led by
Mary
Aunt May hand over a
May
hefty sum of money to the
to
assassin
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster in exchange for one simple
I
favor.
wonder why they made
Kill
Taskmaster
Deadpool.
last. I can't remember why they
Issue
did
3,
that.
X-Men. With the Hulk taking care of Deadpool,
Like
sets his
last,
sights
like
on
one of the
targets
last
much
opponents
closer to home.
to
The
fight
X-Men
Deadpool. I
have
can't
always
remember. I
been
forgot why
Wade's
they did
closest
that.
port in the storm, so to speak. As a graduate of the Weapon X
How
program,
he did
Wade's
the
various
X-Men was a damn
connections to the
shame,
Charles
bro.
Xavier School for the Gifted
Especially
have served him well
Wolverine's
and
daughter
ensured
and
that
his
he
clone.
always had a place to go when
A
he had
damn
lost his
shame,
way.
bro.
But
Had them
today,
hooked
Wade
up.
isn't looking to
As
make
soon as
any
Vital
new
showed, they
friends.
burn
Quite the
alive gang.
opposite, in
That's just a
fact.
shame.
Having
And then that
kidnapped and
popularity
locked
bullshit
Professor
too is
X in
crazy
an
too.
abandoned warehouse, Deadpool has prepared for every scenario
They're
when
just
the
pulling
X-Men
bullshit
come
off their
waltzing
ass.
into his traps. Nearly suffocating Cyclops with the same crystal material that controls his visor, Deadpool tricks Scott Summers into unleashing an optic blast to save himself. The blast is ricocheted through the ruby helmet and kills every other mutant standing near Cyclops at the
Damn.
time. Not only this, but poor Scott doesn't even manage to free himself as the force of his optic beam backfires and his head explodes. The rest of the X-Men don't fare much better. Wade kills Colossus, Gambit, and Rogue by trapping the three in a metal room and brutally electrocuting them to a crisp. X-23 and Daken are strung up by their hands and feet with sensors that trigger flamethrowers each time their healing factors begin
This
trying
is
to
a damn
bring them
shame,
back
brother.
to life. Kitty Pryde is trapped phasing through an eternal
I
mirror
didn't
maze
even.
with
I
no
forgot how they
exit.
did Kitty
Deadpool
Pryde.
liquefies Magneto in acidic jelly and takes down the fearsome Wolverine wearing a fur coat of beast on his back as a trophy.
Now this
Wade
is probably
crashes
best.
against Logan
Deadpool's
in a
best fit throughout
one-on-one
this
battle
whole
until finally
run.
beheading his old friend in
The
one
beast,
swift and
the beast
terrible
around
motion.
him.
But perhaps the man who first gave Wade over to Ravencroft Asylum is given the worst death of all. Deadpool begins monologuing at Charles Xavier while his warehouse of
No,
horrors
nigga really
disposes
worth the
of the
beast.
man who beheading
This
as a
is
trophy.
such a clean
Wade
photo. I might make this
clashes
my new profile photo for my YouTube. This is
against
such
Logan in a
clean, bro. Got the beast around him as he's fighting Wolverine. That's crazy.
one-on-one battle until finally beheading his old friend in one swift and terrible motion. But perhaps the man who first gave Wade over to Ravencroft Asylum is given the worst death
I
of
gotta
all.
reread this.
Deadpool
I haven't read
begins
this in a long
monologuing
ass
at
time.
Charles Xavier while his warehouse of horrors disposes of the X-Men one by one. So what if I break the fourth
read
wall?
this
It's the
movie.
fourth
Oh,
wall
yeah,
that's
yeah,
been
yeah.
breaking me, crushing each and every one of us for as long as we've been in existence. Finally ready to show someone else what he sees, Deadpool lets Xavier into his
Nigga,
brain.
brain
Even
dead
as the
trying to look in
professor
Deadpool's
promises
head.
that
That's
Deadpool's
crazy.
reign of terror has come to an end, he slowly begins to see the truth of Deadpool's horrific worldview. The experience of entering Wade's mind leaves the most powerful mutant on the planet in a state of permanent vegetation. Brain dead.
You
to
got
be
turned to a
exact.
vegetable.
The truth behind Deadpool's horrific slaughter was too much for Charles to bear. The idea that he, along with everyone he's ever known, were simply narrative playthings for writers who would put them all in danger again and again just to entertain an audience was too much even for Professor X's renowned mind. With all of the mutant heroes either dead, trapped, or vegetable, Deadpool had managed to successfully annihilate the two most powerful super teams on the planet by himself, using nothing more than his wits and his strength of will. Although it probably helps to have one of the most potent healing factors of all time.
Oh,
As
yeah, it
Deadpool
does.
admires
He would have
his
been
expansion
dead 10
of
times
mystery,
over if he didn't have
Taskmaster
that.
is still hot on his trail. The mercenary follows Wade's blood-soaked tracks to the Sanctum Sanctorum where he finds an unsurprisingly murdered Doctor Strange. While there, Taskmaster uncovers a clue as to what Deadpool's next move might be, a spell that allows one to travel between realities. Maybe Deadpool's planning a vacation. Issue 4.
Yeah, now he's coming to come
Happily
after
Ever After.
us.
Our final issue
He
starts
coming
with
to get
a
us.
world on
Yo,
fire.
Deadpool come up with
Desperation
me, he
and
can
fear
beat
have led
him.
to riots and
He coming to
anarchy
get
among the
jaw.
super community.
Deadpool
Some
come to me, he
surviving
can punch
heroes and
him. I'm
villains
beating
are
the
even
brakes off
committing
Deadpool.
suicide in mass in broad daylight. Bullseye, Nick Fury, and even the Falcon have lined up single file on the edge of a
Mass
skyscraper
suicide.
to
Yeah, I
jump to their
forgot about the
deaths.
mass
From a nearby
suicide.
window, the Punisher watches the Grizzly sing. And although plenty of supervillains and criminals are dying each and every moment, the Punisher has only eyes for one target this day: Deadpool. Frank Castle sees Deadpool in a nearby window and takes his shot with deadly precision. Castle rushes over to
Did
the
the
side of
Punisher
Deadpool's
also
helpless
kill the Marvel
body
Universe?
before
I
the
haven't
mutant
seen, I
can
haven't read that.
regenerate. When
I might
Frank
do, I might
arrives, he
react to a
sees
video
that
about
it's
that,
not
then
Deadpool
go
that
around
he
and read it.
sniped, but the Puppet Master,
But
dressed as
I
the
have
Merc with the
not.
mouth.
I
The
know the
floor
Punisher
littered
kills the
with
Marvel
dolls
Universe,
of
but I
various
haven't
supers,
seen.
the
I
Punisher
haven't seen
quickly
or read it.
realizes that the mass suicide outside isn't an act of hopelessness.
I want to see how that's
Deadpool has
crazy
been
enough.
using
How the
Puppet
Punisher just
Master's
start taking people out, because the Punisher, he does have a healing factor. So they gotta really be kind of been logic around there, trying to have the Punisher take out the Marvel Universe. So I gotta check that out.
Powers to quickly and efficiently snuff out his final targets. However, poor Frank has already walked into a deadly trap. Deadpool appears, controlling the puppet of the Punisher to lock Frank in place, helpless.
That's crazy.
Deadpool shoots Frank Castle with a scowl on his lips, mocking, "Sorry about that, Frank." Yet even with nearly all of his earthly hit list wiped out, Deadpool would waste no time in moving to bigger prey. Using the rest of Puppet Master's puppets, Deadpool remotely kills all of his extraterrestrial targets, including Nova, the Silver Surfer, and even Thanos, the Mad
I
Titan.
forgot about
However, back on Earth,
doing that
Taskmaster
Thanos.
finally catches up to Deadpool in the swamps of Florida. "I'm done chasing you, Wade. I'm ending this here and now," Taskmaster promises as he approaches his quarry. Deadpool responds calmly, "It kind of makes sense, this being the last stand and all. Me, the man looking in from the outside, murder on a mission. You, the pale shadow, the fleeting memories, all of the people I've already ganked. It had to be you and me." Taskmaster and Deadpool's battle would rage across the swamp as the two tried desperately to take each other down. Ironically, one of Marvel's coldest and least
I
emotional
love
mercenaries would
Taskmaster,
be the
bro.
one
I gotta
fighting
see. I gotta
tooth
check
and nail
more
to
on
save the
Taskmaster.
world.
The
Deadpool,
Taskmaster I
on the other
did
hand, would
see,
be met
I
with an
love.
enemy
I
infused
gotta
with the
check more in
combined
on
skill and
Taskmaster.
prowess of every hero and villain he'd slain so far. Not to mention, Taskmaster could also mimic Deadpool's own fighting style, so the two were evenly as matched as any two mercenaries could be. As the villain turned hero and hero turned villain bore down on one another, Deadpool had a final trick up his sleeve. The infamous Man-Thing emerged from the swamp, drawn there by the sound of steel on steel. When the Man-Thing reaches out for Taskmaster, his head erupts in flame at the touch.
That's crazy.
Ignited by his own fear at the touch of the swamp creature, as is Man-Thing's power. His combatant finally defeated, Deadpool turns to the Man-Thing and asks, standing guard over all creation, protecting all those
What did he
painful
do to Man-Thing
existences,
again? I forgot what he
how
did
do
to
you
Man-Thing.
drag your sorry,
Oh, let me see. Let me try to
weak-dripping
remember.
carcass out of bed every morning to punish
Yeah, I
the clogs
forget.
of
I
that
totally
kid?
forgot what he did to
I bet you can
Man-Thing.
sense why I'm here, though, can't you? I'm here to help, to set you free. The Man-Thing as the key to the spell Deadpool discovered in the
He didn't do
Sanctum
shit to
Sanctorum
Man-Thing. That's what I
sacrifices
forgot.
itself in order for Deadpool to fulfill
He
his goal.
sacrificed
As
himself.
Deadpool's psychotic voice explains, one monster understands what the other is trying to accomplish. The swamp monster dissolves violently into energy and becomes the gate to other realities. A gate that Deadpool happily steps
Yeah,
through.
I
being
can't wait
sucked
to.
into
I'm
the
gonna check in
nexus
more on
of all
Taskmaster.
realities. With infinite choices as
Let me
to
see.
where
Let me
to
try to
go
look up a
next,
good
the merc with
Taskmaster
a mouth
one.
already has his destination in mind. Deadpool exits the portal precisely where he always planned to, the writer's room in Marvel headquarters. He sneaks through the
This when
halls
he
towards the
this
room
when he
where
threatened to
writer,
come get us
artist, and
next.
the
Come and
rest
get
are
y'all next. He
planning
ain't
out the
coming to do
final
shit to me.
pages of
He
Deadpool
coming to get
Kills the
y'all
Marvel
next, not me.
Universe. Before he slaughters his own creative team,
Having the
however,
butt crack out
Deadpool
was
looks
crazy.
directly through the pages and says, "Hey, I see you out there.
No, you don't.
Don't
No, you
worry,
don't.
I'll be done with these jokers in this universe before you know it.
You're not getting me,
find you
Deadpool. You're not
soon
getting me.
enough." Spooky. I don't know about you.
I ain't one of them little heroes you was done with, Deadpool. You come at me, you go your hands and feet put on you, Deadpool. I'm sorry.
But I'll be keeping an eye out over my shoulder for the next few days.
Not
lest
me.
Murderpool
Deadpool's not doing
decides
nothing to
to
me.
make his way into this universe. Well, I've been Morse Code, and on behalf of all of us here at Plot Armor Comics, we hope you have a great day, and thanks so much for watching.
Nah, this was an amazing video. He covered the comic book series well. I feel like he had all the right parts. Definitely getting a like and subscribe out of me. And y'all let me know down below. How do y'all feel about this? Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Y'all feel like it was bullshit? Or y'all feel like it was just something to have fun with? Yeah, she real fun. I don't know why I put that up. Oh yeah, I just want to check out. Oh, so these are just ones he appeared in. He don't got no like solo series of his own. Yeah, I might have to check these ones out. I might have to check these ones out. But have there been any like crazy trades that I just missed? I know the trade deadline is over. But if I didn't have a video on it before, I'm gonna have to film one now. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So a Marvel Spider-Man and Invincible is getting a team up. Then Robert Kirkman I was going to say something. What was I for to say? Tease Spider-Man as one of the universes that Angstrom was trying to trap Mark in. And that's crazy. TL14 covered by Todd before. Yeah, this is absolute cinema, bro. Put this crap up right here. This is amazing. Mark and Spider-Man team up. Is this gonna be like a series or is it gonna be like a one shot or like or just a cover? Oh yeah, it is a one shot. Oh, so it's already existed. Does it? Yes, the Marvel team up 14 published in November 2005, part of the 0406 series, a self-contained story. Oh, so it already was real. I think they just it's getting a reprint. Okay, it's getting a reprint. It already came out. I might have to check this out. I didn't know this was already out. This is gonna be one of my checkout lists. I've never seen this. This is my first time hearing about this too. This is gonna be one of my checkout lists. It's getting a reprint. That's amazing. Yeah, my phone. So the Nets waived Cam Thomas. That's crazy. What team do I think he's gonna go to? I don't think there's really a team out there dying to get a Cam Thompson. I mean Cam Thomas, because Cam Thomas. He's a scorer. Yeah, he can get a bucket, but there's not really much else he can do besides getting that bucket. You feel me? And teams are gonna want people that can play defense, hit threes, knock down shots, play good perimeter, get a steal. Uh, they want teams that can teams want players that can do it all basically, or just really good at a couple of things and not just one thing like scoring. But if I feel like I can't even see a team signing him. If I say a team signing him, it have to be a team that will bring him off the bench, that don't have a shot creator off the bench. So they need a shot creator that's gonna get them shots until they stars come back in and then facilitate the offense from that. I feel like that's a team that'll sign him. I can't really think of a team like that off the top of my head right now. I mean, some people saying the Bucks. I don't think the Timberwolves. I don't think he will fit with the Timberwolves. The Lakers fans are just wanting in everybody. Lakers do not need to sign Cam Thomas. That's not going to fix what they're missing. Cam Thomas is not going to fit what they're missing. I think the Lakers should low-key give Lonzo. Lakers should low-key get a backup point guard in Lonzo who could defend, play make, hit a nice jump shot. I look think Lakers should go get him. But I don't think Lakers should get Cam. Come to Boston. Didn't y'all just trade a guard like him to fucking the Bulls? He did not need to go to the Timberwolves. Yeah, I can't think of any team that he could fit on. That just needs a score off the bench. I feel like if there's a team out there that just needs a score off the bench, they should sign him. That's it. That could get you a couple buckets until your stars come back into the game. But I just can't think of no one off the top of my head. Oh, the Zubac trade. It's a shame, bro. Zubac is one of my favorite bigs in the game, bro. He's so underrated. But he got traded to Indiana. The Pacers are sending Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 2 first-round picks, 1 second-round pick. The Clippers are getting picks now. They're trying to build to that future for Kobe Brown and Zubac. Clippers are receiving the 2026 first round pick, so that's this year, protected 1 through 4. So if the Pacers pick fall, what in 10 to 30, so 5 through 9, the Clippers get it plus the 2029 unprotected first rounder. Oh, I think the Clippers are trying to build to a future now. Since they moved on from the old era, Harden, and they got a young guard and Darius Garland back. I think they're trying to build to a future. I think they're trying to. Obviously, they're going to keep Kawhi. Kawhi's having a hell of a season. They're probably going to ride out Kawhi's contract out. But I won't be surprised if they try to move Kawhi in the offseason. Because I look, think the Clippers are trying to build a future. And I feel like Zubac wasn't on that table. Darius Garland, Milton Mathurin, and they're going after first picks and seconds. They might blow up that whole roster. You might see a lot of moves this offseason from the Clippers and trying to get young guys. Because right now they kind of got a decent amount of young guys. No, I'm gonna say decent amount. They got Benedict Mathurin. They just got Darius Garland. They got Yannick Niederhauser. I think that's his name or something like that. Yeah, they got like some young guys over there, and they're getting picks back. But Zubac, he's amazing, man. He's gonna be a nice lob there next to Tyrese Halliburton. I feel like he a better fit next to Tyrese Halliburton than Miles Turner was. So having Zubac for the Indiana Pacers is crazy. And with Tyrese Halliburton come back, him and Zubac gonna be getting hella lobs. That's gonna be amazing. But what y'all let me know about this trade? I say for the Clippers, this is probably like C plus B minus. Because like that first round pick that they got 1 through 4 and 10 through 30, I was like, that's a small room for the pick to fall in. You feel me? For Zubac too and the Pacers, I get this Pacer one. And hey, Zubac is amazing. Nice lob there, can get you a rebound, can block a shot. Can be a big body in the paint that'll scare off people from driving in there. And it could set up good screens for Tyrese when he comes back. And that was looking to move Benedict Mathurin anyway. But this young Clipper squad, man, I want to see what it's about. I won't be surprised if Kawhi Leonard trade happens in the offseason. And the Derrick Jones Jr. trade and the Brook Lopez trade and all these other trades happen in the offseason. It's so much the Clippers blowing it up to get another to start building to the future. Something they should have been doing, honestly. I don't know why they wouldn't sign made like the oldest team fucking ever. Getting Chris Paul, Brook Lopez, Bradley Beal, and all them. Bradley Beal was just a stupid ass pickup for the Clippers. But hey, I think he's off that contract this season, so who knows? Who cares? This is not even anything worth talking about, really. That's nothing really worth talking about. I mean, they traded. So the Warriors are trading Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to Atlanta Hawks for Chris Porzingis. I feel like this is a good. If they can stay healthy, I'll say this is a good pickup for Kuminga because they wasn't really playing Jonathan Kuminga like that. And Jonathan Kuminga wanted to leave anyway, so it was either him signing somewhere else or him getting traded for just less and less because they're not really playing them, so teams are not really going that crazy on them. But I feel like this is a nice pickup for the Warriors. The Warriors got like a nice young squad. Jimmy Butler's out for the rest of the season though. But they got a nice, I say young, they got a nice little squad over there. Curry, Draymond, Porzingis. They still kept Gary Payton, I think. They still got that one guy, I forgot his name, Melton or something like that. They still get him. Curry, they still got Curry, both the Currys, I think. You feel me? It's nice. They got a nice little team over there. The Warriors got a nice little team. And you know they're not going to start building for young guys yet. They got pods too. They still got pods. I think they still got Moses Moody. And it's not like the Warriors not building the young guys yet because they want to get the rest of the years out of Steph Curry that they can. But I personally, Curry and just Jeremiah's not going to allow them to just start rebuilding over that. It's too late in their career start complete rebuild. So the Warriors got to stay in win now mode. And after doing freaking but all throughout the offseason, they're finally going to move, trying to do better. I feel like this is a great pickup for the Warriors. It's amazing pick up for the Warriors. In Atlanta, they get another young guy over there who's on what? Who's probably not going to ask for that much money. I mean, he probably is going to ask for a lot. How much was Johnny Comedian asking for the Warriors? I can't remember. But they got a nice young guy over there that fit in there with other young guys to develop around them. So I wouldn't say this is bad for Atlanta either, because they're trying to move on from, that older squad. They're trying to build young. So I'll say these both is good trade for both teams. And it's good for Johnny Comida because he get to try to play for minutes over there and blossom to a star and prove what he can really do. And it's good for Kristaps because he can get put on to win a team. He's getting older and he wants to win more. So I feel like it's good for both teams and both players. Now, Buddy Hield he was kind of useless on the Warriors anyway. He had that one good game in the playoffs. That's it. Niggas talking about some he Batman now. Like, stop it. So them getting rid of Buddy Hield was a non-factor anyway. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, there's nothing else really to talk about. Let me finally get into these. Get into these. Which one I want to do? I guess I could do should I do which one I think is the best? I'm gonna do my personal favorites. And I'm gonna do which one is like personal favorite and which one is the best. I'm gonna mix them both together. I forgot to press start recording. I'm gonna do which one I think is the best and my personal favorites mixed together. Alright, let's get into it. This is Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Techniques. Innate and not innate. Is it just 32? I'll go 64. Alright, we're doing 64. Cloning or anti-gravity? Cloning was cool, but he only gonna make like what, 4 or 5? I'm going anti-gravity. Curse spirit manipulation is curse spirit manipulation. That's just I like a similar type character, and then curse spirit, like the idea of capturing curse spirits and then you turn them into one of your like spirits that you can summon, and the idea that they stay the same how you capture them, they don't get no stronger. That's just amazing too. But you can summon whatever you want with them, and then the maximum Uzumaki too. Like curse spirit manipulation is amazing. Wookie or Mythical Beast Amber. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm going with Mythical Beast Amber. Just off sure like how cool it is, and then it's like a technique you only use once or it's gonna kill you. I'm going Mythical Beast Amber, and it's connected to lightning and stuff, electricity. I love electricity and lightning based abilities. Boogie Woogie is tough too. Don't get me wrong. Boogie Woogie is like amazing. The clap, you could teleport, and you could choose not to teleport, and how it like messes up your opponent, and like that's damn near unbeatable in my eyes. Like there's not much like you can't really do nothing against that. It's unbeatable, especially with the Viber Slap. 100 teleports like a second or something like that is crazy. But I love lightning users. Then the ability of like you can use this once it's gonna kill you, so you got to really think about when you're gonna use it, how you're gonna use it, and against who you're gonna use it against. I love Mystical Beast Amber. I love Kashimo too. Brain transplant. Both of these like are kind of mid, but Tool Mutilation is just midder. Brain transplant. Judgment or Star Rage? Damn, I'm going Star Rage. Ooh, ooh, like a lure that trap you into like a law system, and it's not rigged either, so you can still win. It's a non-violent domain, and you either get stripped of your ability or you could get stripped of your ability and have to fight a fucking one-hit sword. But Star Rage, the ability to master yourself, and then how Yuki was using it with her Shikigami too, Then her punches. I'm going Star Rage. No, I'm going Judgment. I'm going. Damn, this is a good one. I'm going Star Rage. Is that even a real name? I thought. And what? I can't. I forgot the actual name. Is Star Rage the actual name? I don't remember Star Rage's actual name. Idle Transfiguration, just cooler, and then just regular Curse Energy Discharge. I mean, that's not regular, but Idle Transfiguration. Cutting Fuga. Inverse with the strong or hard catch. Inverse with the strong. Can he make like a big heart and he take what did like certain amount of brain transplant? Idle Transfiguration. Immortality or Hakari's. Oh, this is a good one. Love Rendezvous. I forgot how you pronounce that. Rendezvous. I forgot how you pronounce that, but I'm just gonna call it Love Rendezvous. Versus Contractual Recreation. I'm going Contractual Recreation. No, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going that. You get it's hard to explain this curse technique, but it's amazing, bro. I got it because I haven't read JK in a while, especially the Making Me versus Reggie fight. But he could where he got a contract with, like he could summon him basically, like he summoned a house, a car. Obviously with the receipt, he got like burn the receipt or some shit like that. And if you get the receipt with it, it's like unusable. But like they could add like buffs to him. I think he summoned a spawn that rejuvenated him or something like that. I'm going Contractor Recreation. It's just amazing. I'm going that one. Just because he like it could turn into buffs basically. I'm going Construction. I'll fuck with Comedian, but it's like basically like reality warping. It's like, I'm going Construction. Be able to create what you want, and then, but you gotta like actually have an understanding of it. And you use a lot of curse energy too. It's like I'm going Construction. Stardar, Star Rage, Star Rage, Star Rage. Limitless or Sound Technique. Is that even what it's called? Do he even got a name for his technique? I'm going Limitless now. Sky Manipulation is just amazing. Curse Spirit Manipulation. Future Vision, Anti-Gravity. Ratio Technique. I feel like, yeah, like Angel is nullified by all of Ratio. I just completely threw the idea of which technique is stronger out the fucking window. I'm just choosing which technique I think is better now. I mean, which technique I like more now. I completely threw the idea of which is stronger out the fucking window. The Rod technique. Ooh, I'm going Mythical Beast Amber over Sukuna Slashes. I mean, they're just basic slashes, really. Mythical Beast Amber, like I said, ability that just you kill yourself if you use it. Ability yourself that you kill yourself when you use it. Lightning, electricity is amazing. Like you got like how you have to use your ability, what you have to use it on, how you have to control it, your lightning, your electricity. I'm going Mythical Beast Amber with Sukuna Slashes. Sukuna Slashes is tough. That's one of my favorite curse techniques too. But Mythical Beast Amber is up there as one of my favorites. Like there's not really much more like up there more than Mythical Beast Amber basically. I just forgot the lack of words. Ice Formation. I like ice more than I like fire. It's Auspicious Beast Summons. I love this. I love this. Like I love Maymay's Blackbirds as well. I like Hikari's. If we're counting Hikari's domain and not just like the ball door shit. If we count his domain in there, which undoubtedly is like his main like move basically. If we're counting that, I'm choosing Hikari over Limitless. Hikari shit over Limitless if we count the domain. Domain is like an extension of the curse technique, so I'm counting domain as well. I'm choosing Hikari's over Limitless. I feel like Hikari's is like I'm not gonna say better because obviously Limitless is one of the best techniques in the show once you got the 6 eyes. I like Hikari's more. I feel like Hikari's more interesting. The basically of luck and gambling and like odds slots. And then the song plays in the background for you, and it feels Hikari so well too. I'm going Hikari's. Anti-gravity. I'm going Auspicious Beast Summonings over Star Rage. I love I love any type of summonings, but he basically summoned with his body essentially. They get to use like ability of each one of the summons. I love that. Auto transfiguration, sky manipulation, mythical beast amber, curse spirit manipulation. I'm running through these. Construction, Akari, mythical beast amber. Ooh, auto transfiguration or curse spirit manipulation. I love summoners, bro. But idle transfiguration, they destroy the body of killing. The ability to manipulate the soul once you touch them. Um, the transfigure humans that you can turn into like any shape you want. It's just so amazing. But curse spirit manipulation too, like you get to absorb any creature you want, basically like a Pokemon, and you could just use them as your main weapon. And then each like curse spirit that you absorb, one can have a domain, the other one can have a domain, and you have to really waste your curse energy casting your domain because you can have curse spirit manipulation and curse spirits cast domains for you if they have one, and you can extract a curse technique for a one-time use, maximum Uzumaki as well. I'm going curse spirit manipulation, bro. I love that more than I love idle transfiguration. Like summoners, he can extract if he can extract a curse technique from it for a one-time use, and then he doesn't have to waste his curse energy trying to cast a domain. I'm not saying Geto. I'm not just assuming this Geto. I'm using that as Kotaku as well. If he got a fucking curse spirit, I can cast a domain as well. You feel me? And we seen some of the dangerous cursed spirit get used by Kenjaku. Kuroshi was a Kenjaku cursed spirit. I mean, it's like it was just amazing, and the idea of what you could do with it. I feel like if Gege focused more on cursed spirits after the like Shibuya, cursed spirit manipulation would have went crazy. But you know, Gege was focusing more on like the characters and stuff. But if it was like a more cursed spirit heavy introduced Kaizen, like that would have been crazy. Geto would have been a crazy character. Kenjaku would have been crazier. I love curse spirit manipulation. I'm going curse spirit manipulation. Sky manipulation. Ooh, curse spirit manipulation. Curse. Oh, I didn't even speak English right there. Curse spirit manipulation or mythical beast amber. I'm going mythical beast amber. I think it's just way cooler. Lightning, electricity, a suicide move that kills you once you use it. So you gotta choose and be careful what you use it on. I'm going mythical beast amber. That's one of my favorite curse techniques at the shows, at the whole JJK. And we're about to see this technique, not the technique, but we're about to see Kashimo box in a couple episodes, if not the next episode. Haven't been really watching yet. I'm waiting till the whole season finish before I start watching Crazy. I already read the manga though. I know what happens. But I'm waiting till the whole season before I start watching the whole thing. I'm not waiting till the whole season. I'm waiting till probably till part one ends, or like a couple episodes builds up in part one, and then that's when I'm gonna watch it. I don't like watching week to week. I like letting it build up and then binging a bunch at one time. I'm going Mythical Beast Amber though. That's one of my favorite curse techniques in the whole show. I think, ooh, sky manipulation or Hikari's technique. I'm going sky manipulation. Sky manipulation is amazing. Thin icebreaker. It allows you to fly essentially. Like you treat the sky as a surface and you can bend it to where you want. But Hikari shit is tough. Personal music plays as you fight. Infinite curse energy that auto damn near heals you. And it's based off luck and gambling. It's amazing. But if I'm going based on my personal favorites, I'm going Sky Manipulation. And I'm giving Sky Manipulation away. I just love Sky Manipulation. Thin Icebreaker, like I said, allows you to fly, allows you to move, treat your guys surfer and grab it. It's just amazing, bro. I love Sky Manipulation. That's my favorite curse technique in all JJK. I think it goes Sky Manipulation, Mythical Beast Amber, Curse Spear Manipulation, Hikari's shit. I'll be forgetting what Hikari's shit called, but his shit, his whole shit. And I will say Sukuna Shrine is my fifth, like my top five favorite curse techniques in all of JJK, in that order. So, I'm going Sky Manipulation. I feel like that's just amazing. Mythical Beast Amber is amazing too. Lightning, electricity, it kills you. Like yeah, I'm going Sky Manipulation. Let me know down below what is y'all personal favorite JJK curse technique. What's this? Should I do transformations? Yeah, I'm gonna do transformations. I seen Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. That's the only Dragon Ball. And I seen a couple of the movies. I didn't see GT, but I'm doing transformations. Kaioken, MUI. I don't wanna, I lucky don't want to do transformations. No, not today. I'm gonna do transformation tomorrow. Not today. We be black like DJ Drama. I can't be your baby mama. That is not the lyrics. What's this? Oh, I can do Dan to Dan volume covers. Oh, I forgot to press ranking the best Dan to Dan volume covers. First one I'm starting with this one, Ira in Okaroon Volume 3. It looks great. The way the colors purple and the pink goes well. Like I said, Ira and Okaroon, they fit together well. Then you got the Turbo Granny right there. The yellow, pink, and blue fits together well. I'm going Ira and Okaroon. This Momo and Okaroon. Crazy. I'm going Momo and Okaroon. This one looks cleaner. I'm going Volume 13. I have to go Volume 19. Saint Germain, I think that's his name. I forgot. How, no, I think that is his name, Saint Germain. And this is class rep in, in ISA. Wait, did I call her ISA? That's her name, right? I be forgetting a lot of characters' names. I haven't I haven't read Dan in a while. Cause I stopped reading once the show came out. But I'm going Saint Germain. Like I'm not saying I didn't read past. I read past the show, but once the show came out, like that's when I stopped reading. I was like, I'm gonna wait till the whole show cover and I'm gonna just watch the whole show because I feel like the show just does it better than the manga for me. But I'm going to Saint Germain one, Volume One. Can't Volume 20 damn near beats it, but I feel like Volume One just can't be beat from the ones I've seen so far. Volume 15 is amazing. That's what the that's his peak. Is that real? Volume 7, Volume 1, Volume 21, 13. This is just a short video. Saint Germain. 2 or 11. Ooh, this is good. He kind of got like a format. I forgot the author's name, but he kind of got some format to where he draws his manga covers. Now I'm looking at it. It's like one like focus character and this main character, and then it's just like a character like the secondary focus character in the back, basically, for his like manga covers. Like you got Gigi and fucking Velma or something like that. I forgot her name. Then you got Momo and Okaroon. But I'm going volume 11. Volume 8. Saint Germain. Volume 11. I mean 15. Volume 1. 13. 15. 19. Yeah, volume 15 is the best manga cover bearer. Just the way it looks, it is amazing. It just don't fit like the typical manga cover for the rest of the Dan Dan series. It just looks at one character, and then art style just looks so different too. It looks more realistic, and the way the colors look, the pink, the purple, the yellow, the orange, even hell, the green right here and the green and blue right here, and then it's just the way the colors look. It just blends in so well. It's hella artistic too. I love Volume 15. This is my first time seeing it too, which is crazy. I didn't even know Volume 15 was that crazy. But let me know down below what y'all think is the best Dandadan manga cover. I wanted to run this back. I'm gonna do a short one today. 64 is. No, I'm gonna do a 64 one. We got who wins. Like some of these characters, I just want to know because these characters are just cross fiction, bro. So some of the characters I just won't know or understand because I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. But I gave Dr. Manhattan the win last time, so if Dr. Manhattan shows up on the list again, he's just not winning. And like the top contenders that I gave the list last time, if they show up on the list again, I'm just not gonna have them win it because I want to be completely different than the last one. Although, like I'm not too familiar with these characters, so I'm just gonna go Baki. I do know that I don't know if they're splitting these characters up because I know a lot of One Punch Man splitting these characters up. I do know Garo do be boxing and like just doing stars and shit, so I'm going Garo. Omni-Man just rips that tin can in half and just blitzes him and just tears him to shreds. Optimus Prime can't do shit to Omni-Man, I'm sorry. Deadpool versus Killer Bee. Killer Bee don't got a way of killing Deadpool, but I don't think Deadpool can take down Killer Bee either. So if I had to put my money on something, I would put my money on Killer Bee before I put my money on Deadpool. So I'm going Killer Bee. Batman on the Hulk. Batman slams with prep time. Come on now. So I'm going Batman. If we get Batman prep time, he genuinely destroys the Hulk with types of gadgets. And I'm just like, what the fuck, Hulk ripped Batman limb from limb? I'm clipped for him, man. Kratos. Oh, I should have took Kratos up. The Deep versus John Wick. I mean, John Wick is a normal human. We've seen some crazy stuff from the Deep. Ain't the Deep bulletproof as well? I can't remember if the Deep is bulletproof. I know the Deep got superhuman strength. He was able to keep up with A-Train for a little bit too, wasn't he? I'm going to Deep. I'm going to Deep over John Wick. The Deep, the boys universe, Deep got actual powers. John Wick is a normal human. I can't remember if the Deep is bulletproof. I might have to look this up. Is the Deep bulletproof? Hold on, I'm about to look this up right now. He's not fully bulletproof, even though he got enhanced durability, while his skin can withstand immense deep seawater pressure. Is not impervious to high caliber bullets or types of super strong soups. His durability is considered limited compared to other characters like Homelander. Gills are specifically runnable and weak. I mean, he can stand pressure from the ocean, though. Let me ask, like, can he be harmed by bullets? Bro, the Deep slams, bro. I'm about looking this up. Deep actual has powers. One sniper shot that was fucking dome, he loses though. But if we going head up versus, I'm giving it to the Deep. Deep has actual powers. I'm not too familiar with Star Wars, so I'm going Tanjiro. My guy or Doctor Strange? Do I think Doctor Strange got what it takes to take down 8th Gate, my guy? I'm gonna have to go my guy. I'm not too familiar with Doctor Strange. I'm only familiar with the movies. So if I give Doctor Strange the Time Stone, then I think Doctor Strange could take him out. But 8th Gate's my time is like been in like he can like genuinely blitz Doctor Strange before Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was toying with Thanos. I'm giving it to Doctor Strange. Just from what I've seen with Doctor Strange and Thanos, I'm not too familiar with JoJo's. Saitama just slams Invincible. Thor, I don't even know what this character is from. I'm not too familiar with Baki. I think this guy's from Baki. So I'm going Spider-Man. I'm not giving Dr. Manhattan a win. Nope. There's 2 different Thors on here. So I'm going Luffy because there's another Thor. Naruto Sage Mode or the Terminator. Terminator Slam. Sage Mode is just ultimately weak, a weak technique. No, I'm just Naruto Sage Mode wins. Daredevil, I'm not sure to remember what this Genji character is. This is, I mean, Black Adam Slam. I don't even need to remember what that character is. Metro Man, I'm not too familiar with either of these. I know Metro Man is crazy powerful, but I don't even remember where he's from. I'm not too familiar with Metro Man. The Witcher or Captain America. Damn, The Witcher be dealing with like supernatural foes. Captain America is a hand superhuman though. So is The Witcher. And The Witcher know like kind of like spells and stuff. I'm not too familiar with The Witcher. I haven't finished Witcher 3 yet. So I'm gonna have to go Captain America just because I'm not too familiar with The Witcher. Once I finish that game, I will spin back on that. Cause Kratos in the top 3, like Kratos, Thanos, or Dr. Manhattan, or just I'm not giving them none of the win. Kratos in the top 3 last time. Ultron, like this look like just a god, but I don't even know what that is. So I'm going Ultron. I want to keep characters on here that I know what it is where it could be better. Sasuke. I didn't know either of the characters. I just picked by random, by the way. This guy from The Witcher, I haven't finished The Witcher yet, so I just can't. I can't choose, bro. Once I finish The Witcher, Kung Fu Panda slams Zoro. Wait, does he? How do you skill Kung? I gotta remember how do you. I haven't watched Kung Fu Panda in a while, so I gotta really like dig in. Like, does Kung Fu Panda really slam Zoro? I said Kung Fu. It's Kung Fu Panda. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to remember like Kung Fu Panda, however you want to pronounce it. Like, like, what special moves he has. Like, I'm just trying to remember. I feel like Kung Fu Panda does win this. I'm not too familiar with One Piece, so I might have to give Kung Fu Panda a win. I haven't seen One Piece at all, and I have no plans of actually watching One Piece. I do know a little bit about Zoro though. But I'm gonna have to give Kung Fu Panda to win. I think Zoro might actually pull this off though, but I'm giving Kung Fu Panda a win. I'm not too familiar with One Piece. Arthur Morgan or Jason? Jason. I mean, he's like damn near unkillable. I don't know what the Wild Hunt is. Didn't we just see Neo? I never played Doom. Call me a fake gamer reborn. I never played Doom. I'm going Agent 47. I played Hitman games. Superman or the Flash. I mean, Superman just takes down the Flash. We've seen it multiple times. It actually happens. I'm not too familiar with One Punch Man, so I'm going to deep. Saitama. Sasuke or Scorpion? Sasuke or Scorpion. 2 of my most favorite characters in all of fiction, bro. But if I had to choose one, I mean, the Rinnegan, Sasuke, Amaterasu, that's like fire against Scorpion. Susanoo, I might have to go Sasuke. Sasuke just got better win cons. I might have to go Sasuke. Sasuke got better win cons. I'm just trying to think anything of like Scorpion abilities I just can't remember. I'm just trying to think like, what does Scorpion have? Yeah, he ain't got nothing. Like, he genuinely don't have shit. That can like take down Sasuke and stop Sasuke. I know, yeah, Sasuke got the Rinnegan. He could teleport out of anything Scorpion tried to throw at him. He got all the other paths of pains. He also got EMS, Amaterasu, the Susanoo. He knows fire. Like he knows fire. He knows like he like all 5 chakra natures. So I'm going Sasuke. Sasuke wins. Yeah, Sasuke takes down Scorpion easily. I'm not too familiar with Star Wars. I'm sorry. We be my Superman, Blitz, fucking what's his face, and Turbulent from them. Homelander. Ooh, Homelander could beat Captain America. Homelander could definitely beat Captain America. That's not even close. I'm just trying to think. Ain't like Soldier Boy based off Captain America though? Ain't like he's based off Captain America? Homelander just. I'm going to Homelander. I'm giving it to Homelander. I'm giving it to Homelander. Especially like MCU Captain America, he's not that strong. Jason, I'm not too familiar with the Matrix. Hulk rips Tanjiro limb from limb. Black Adam. This is Thor. Like I said, I'm not giving Kratos no win. Because Kratos was top 3 last time. Kung Fu Panda beats Agent 47. I'm not too familiar with One Punch Man. But I know this guy be boxed on planets and stars. And this MCU Ultron is like, he doesn't really do shit outside the planet. Killer Bee. I'm not too familiar with Metro Man. I heard he's crazy powerful, but I just can't do nothing with him. Like versus like Goro and Saitama, who I'm familiar with, and I've seen feats, and I heard of feats, and I've seen people talk about his feats. I've never seen people talk about Metro Man's. Sage Mode Naruto beats Daredevil. Doctor Strange. Sasuke or Kung Fu Panda? I think Sasuke got Kung Fu Panda beat. I think Sasuke slammed Kung Fu Panda. I think Sasuke definitely slammed Kung Fu. What do Kung Fu Panda has? Like Unstoppable Susanoo, Amaterasu, one of either of the I forgot. A fireball. Like what do Kung Fu Panda have? Like I mean he can stop a fireball. What am I talking about? But like Amaterasu, a Susanoo hit. Like he had nothing that's just outscaling those. But this is a crazy matchup now. But Sasuke, yeah, Sasuke just no diffs him or her. I'm trying to think of any ability Poe has. Poe has like seriously nothing that can get past Susanoo. Sasuke no diffs. Superman no diffs. Killer Bee. Black Adam no diffs. Spider Man. Saitama. Now this is where feats that I've seen online that just scans can only really get you so far. I'm not too familiar with this character, so I'm just not giving the win over Doctor Strange. Sage Mode Naruto could take down Jason? 100%. 100%. I'm going Sage Mode Naruto. He can beat Jason. Jason can't do jack shit. He's just too slow to keep up with Sage Mode. Sage Mode is too fast for Jason. Literally speed blitz and one taps from no diff. Homelander, clearly the deepest terrified of fucking Homelander. Hulk versus Thor. Damn, this is a fight old as time. If I had to choose one, I'm probably gonna have to go with this. Damn, I'm gonna have to go with Thor. If we're going especially MCU, I'm going Thor. Especially, I think MCU Thor has shown more feats that puts him over Hulk. So I'm going Thor. Sasuke versus Saitama. I'm not too familiar with Saitama, but I know how powerful he is. But I just don't want to give a character I'm not too familiar with the win, so I'm going Sasuke. So I'm sorry to all the Saitama fans out there. I'm just not too familiar with One Punch Man. I just don't want to give a character I'm not too familiar with the win because I just kind of feels cheap, and I want to have real like talking points I know about. So I'm going Sasuke. That being said, Superman rips Sage Mode Naruto limb to limb. I should honestly take Superman out the conversation too. Nah, because Black Adam could also go against Superman. I'm going. Yeah, Thor. Black Adam or Superman. If we're going strictly, I'm not gonna go movies on this one. I wouldn't move on. No, I should go movies on this one too. So we're going. Superman takes down Black Adam. Superman 100% takes down Black Adam. My fault. I was texting somebody. Thor versus Sasuke. Yo, I mean Thor just slammed Sasuke. It's like there's nothing Sasuke can do. I mean, how can Thor get past this? No, I'm just trolling. Thor just slims through Sasuke. Thor is literally the better lightning winner. Speak English. Thor is literally the better lightning user too. Thor, what can Sasuke do against Amaterasu? I mean, Thor can do against Amaterasu though. I'm giving the Thor's fight to Thor. If Thor can take down a Hawk, he could take down Sasuke. Thor versus Superman, Superman wins. I mean, next fight, Sasuke, Thor, and Superman is out of the list. I'm going Superman over Thor. I mean, next one, Sasuke, Thor, and Superman is out. I'm gonna say these for another day. Say you for another day. Should I do it? No, I just didn't. I won't be one. I'm gonna say it won't be one for another day as well. All right, I can rank the DCAU movies. All right, today we're gonna be ranking the DCAU movies. Let me zoom in a little bit. Flashpoint Paradox. I'll get at a A. Justice League War. I will give this I'll put this at A plus too. Son of Batman is also an A minus. I feel like Forces is like genuinely like the lowest tier. Batman versus Robin is also an A minus. Bad Blood is B. Let's see, S. Damn, I'm lucky speedrunning this. There's no point in me doing this. I mean, I can finish this. I'm lucky just speedrunning this shit though. Deadly Dark is S. SS. S. A minus. Death of Superman. SS. A plus. SS. No, I did that fast as shit. But that's how I rate DCAU movies. Alright, today we're gonna be ranking 2K covers. Let's go all the way up to what? 21. I see latest one I seen is I don't know which one, how much it go all the way up to. But we got 2K9. This Kim Garnett one is clean. I get this a decent one. It's clean. This Jordan one is goated as hell, bro. Just where the colors fade on it, you can't really tell. But just the way the color fades on it too, and then the silver, this Jordan one is goated as hell. This one is kind of ass. This is kind of mid. This one, I think this is Allen Iverson, right? This is not even a 2K game. I don't think this is a 2K game. I can't even tell who that is. I'm not gonna rate that. I don't know who that is. This one, this Chris Paul one, decent. This Kobe one is amazing. It's cool. I'll put it in cool. The way how he grabs the jersey like this, you can't really see what I'm doing, but the way he grabs the jersey is just amazing. The way the colors look too, and then that way how like, it's like, it's hard to explain by the way it looks. It just looks amazing. This Allen Iverson one is decent. This one is cool. That's Allen Iverson again, I think, right? I can't really tell. It's too far away. But the way, like, it's like him coming into it is just amazing. This Dirk one, this is what? I think KD, Dirk, and I can't tell who the last guy is. I really can't see none of these. This is good as hell. Just the way the colors look, the way they faded, the way they look like drawn like that. They look like just art in its finest, basically. This Damian Lillard one is mid. I remember when this first out, I thought this shit was ass. This one's also mid. This LeBron one, like, I'm gonna put this in cool. I'm gonna put this LeBron in cool. Just because he got like his, like, if you don't know, I'm gonna start Googling up 2K16 LeBron cover. 2K19, I'm bugging. 2K19 LeBron cover. Just to get like a bigger picture. Yeah, like how he got his nickname in like the background, then his words, GOAT, James Gang, Equality, Chosen One, like the King, Strive for Greatness. I feel like that's amazing. I forgot which one I was at. Just right here. Yeah, I feel like that's amazing. I'm putting that in cool. This 2K16 one is also decent. I think you could have done more with that. But it got Harden, Curry, and Anthony Davis on there. I feel like you could have done more with that one. This 2K21 is mid as shit. The background is fine. Anthony Davis is a cool picture, I guess. But it's like, yeah, it's like it kind of fits the same as other ones. You feel me? This 2K14 one's goated as hell, bro. The way they got LeBron in the background, the LeBron like doing that like powder toss shit. I think that's the powder toss, and it better look like he grabbing the 2K14 and NBA 2K14. Look like he grabbing that too, and then LeBron in the background. I feel like once they do like once they try to go like artistic route or like the background like or they focus more on the background, that's when 2K shines with its cover art. Like this other 2K16 one, this Jordan one, is also good as hell. Just because the background, they got the Jordan holding up the three, and they got the 23, and they got the Jordan like iconic dunk basically. It's just amazing. Like once they add like a character, and then they add like a background with meaning, that's when 2K shines. Or when they go like an artistic route, like with the 2K12 and the 2K22 one. Like, but this Andy Davis one is mid, and this Damian Lillard one is mid because like if you put the background, a decent background with it too, it takes it a long way. I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. This Ben Wallace one and his sign too. And he got the ESPN right there and then the logo just to the side. I'm putting it cool. This 2K like this Paul George 2K17 one is also cool. It's not the goated tier, but that background is tough. But it just doesn't stick like the Jordan and the LeBron one. But that background is tough, and that Paul George one is amazing. They got a good logo. Good picture for Paul George. This Jordan one is decent. No, I'll put that one in cool because it reminds me of the Allen Iverson one. I feel like the Allen Iverson one is like similar. This Kobe one is goated, man. It's like the Jordan and LeBron one, meaningful moments, and then they got a good picture of Kobe. It's like the way it's different from the Paul George ones because like how it looks in the representation of the characters and the players. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Paul George, it's Paul George. You can get behind a Paul George. You feel me? A Kobe one is a greatness, and they chose an iconic picture for Kobe in the wave, him walking off the court for the last time, his shot, him holding the ball, Jordan holding up the three. Like this, the pictures they choose in the background. I feel like, and then LeBron's face is just crazy, and then because they got LeBron face in the background of 2K14, but they also got LeBron basically damn near holding up the 2K symbol as a main theme, and that's what sticks out better than the Paul George one. I feel like I'm really breaking down fucking 2K covers. I'm really breaking down 2K covers. 2K probably didn't even think like all this shit when they was making their covers. And I'm really breaking this shit down. That's insane. This KD one is just it's like remember that other 2K, the 2K16 one. It's like you got the players on there, but it's not really much going on in the background that goes crazy. The same with this Shaq one. It's like 2K got lazy or some shit. But it's like there's not really much in there. Like you can nail like that KD one. I feel like it's nailed. That's the front picture, and that Shaq one is nailed at the front picture. It's just the background is like nothing there. Like it just brings nothing there. Now this Kobe one is also goated. Just cause like I said, when 2K puts meaningful moments and then they get a good picture as a character and they put meaningful moments in the background, it will put it in goated. But if they go an artistic route, like what they did with 2K22 and what they did with this Kobe one, where the colors match well, it's like it takes an artistic route, and they also incorporate that into the player. That's when 2K shines with its cover art as well. Like this 2K18 one, it's mid as shit. Like look at the back, it's just Kyrie Irving in the background. That's a good picture of Kyrie, but it's there's nothing to the background that makes it pop. You feel me? This 2K19 one. 2K19 is my favorite 2K, by the way, if you didn't know that. I'm going to put that one right there. Because, like, the Greek Freak, Rise, Fielder Deer, like, it's basically like the LeBron. What I said for the LeBron one, the 2K19 LeBron one, same with Giannis one. This 2K13 one, it's like the 2K16, the 2K15. Like, you could choose a good picture for the characters, but the background is nothing there. There's just nothing there. This might sound like I'm just glazing Kobe, but it's like, holy hell, it's like what I said. Like, once you go an artistic way with a good picture, like the purple, the gold 2K, and the purple 21 with the match the Lakers color. I'm not gonna put it in golded. I'll put it in cool. I'm gonna drop it to cool. Like that, like once they go an artistic route, like that's amazing. This one, they did a little better than the recent ones. I put this in cool. Same, it's like the Paul George one. It just you're not gonna have really much memorable moments of Zion because Zion just not really starting his career, but it's cool. This Dwayne Wade one, this is amazing. This is good. I don't care what no one says. The Miami as the background, the way the color looks on the Dwayne Wade, it's like art. It's like the colors mix together so well. It's art mixed with a character moment. You feel me? This Luka one is also art. I'll put this Candace. I think that's Candace Owen, right? I can't remember her name. I don't care to look that. But this Luka one is also art. The way that Luka is drawn in the background with the blue and red, and you got the Luka fadeaway. Like I feel like that Luka one is also art. This one is I put this in cool, and this one is kind of mid. Yeah, this is my ranking for 2K covers. I'm gonna go over damn, I wish I could zoom in more. But I can't. But yeah, these are my rankings for 2K covers. Should I put them in order? Let me know if I should put them. I'm gonna put them in order. Fuck it. Which one I think is the greatest 2K cover? I'll say this one. Honestly, this Dirk one is amazing. Then I'll say this Jordan one with the colors like fading out. Then I'll say this one. I'll say this Jordan one is the third best. This Kobe one is the fourth best. Then this Kobe one. Then this LeBron one. And then this Luka one is over this D Wade one. And I'll say this Giannis one is over that one. That one. And that one. That one. That one, yeah, this way. I'll say this one's over this one, and this one over this one. And I'll say that one, that one. I'll say this KD one is all the way up here. Right before KG. Then I'll put that right there. That right there. Then that right there. And I'll put this Damian Lillard one right here. Andy Davis one right here. Damian Lillard one right here. This Kyrie one up right there. And, that's my rankings for the 2K covers. I feel like 2K22 that's the best cover of 2K. That Dirk one and that Dirk and KD one, I forgot. I think that other one is Kareem. The KD and Kareem one just looks amazing in my eyes, bro. Y'all can't really see. I'm gonna show it right now. Forget. What was it? 22. Dark cover. This one. Oh my god, just look how good that shit looks, bro. Just look how good this shit looks, bro. Kareem, Dirk, KD. the Dirk fadeaway, Cream skyhook, and I guess Kevin Durant dunking the ball. The way the colors are artistically lined is just amazing. Should I show the Jordan 20 out of 12 one too? Now this video is already going longer than I expected to be. But yeah, this is my cover rankings for 2K. Let me know if y'all switch anything up in the comments below. We're gonna be ranking the best Monopoly places to go after, from S to D. Railroad is an S. I feel like railroads are S. To go after railroads and you get all of them, that's amazing. Railroads are S. The Browns, the Browns is. Yeah, I'll put them in C. I'll put Baby Blue also in C because they're good to go early game, but later game you don't really want them. You feel me? I mean you want them, but you're not going to put too much effort into putting houses on them as you go other properties. Like a pink is a B. Orange is S. I feel like orange out of like all the colors to go after, the first one you might go after is orange. You could put like the houses are not too expensive with orange, and it's at like a great place as players or like if later game players are going to want to go to jail. It's a great place for when players freshly get out of jail and they roll a high number. There's like a high chance for them to land on, especially if you've got a railroad too. There's a high chance of them landing on that orange and that railroad. This because it's right by the jail and right when players get out, I had to put orange in the S. And they got cheap houses, so you could put houses on there for cheap. And it's right out of jail. And if it is right before free parking, a lot of players, if there's money in free parking, are going to want to go free parking. So it brings your like red is also. I put red in the A. It's like a weaker orange because the houses are more expensive, and you could get your rent better. But it's like players are not out. Like when they out of jail, and they land on that orange, there's a high chance of them skipping that red. Or they land on that free parking, there's a high chance of them skipping that red. So it's not like when they're fresh out of jail. It's like a weaker orange, more expensive houses, and they're farther away from the jail. So that's why I put in A. Yellow. To go after yellow, I'll put yellow in B. It's like the houses is good. Houses is like they're alright prices, but it's right before going to jail. So that's why I'll put it. I'll put it in. I'll bump it to. I'll put it in B because it's right before going to jail, and a lot of players later game are going to want to go to jail. So if you could try to trap them before they go to jail on the yellow, that would be good. That's a good property to go after. But it's farther away from players getting out of jail, so it's like a chance they could skip over your yellow. And there's not really like no other cars in chance or I forgot the other one. Community chest that will force them to go to your yellow spot. Green is honestly a C for me. It's an aqua color to land on. It's decent. The house is expensive, but it's like an aqua color to land on. And you got to get 3 of them, and the property's kind of expensive as well. And it's like players later game are not even going to want to go to that side of the board. They're either going to want to go to jail, or they want to go skip square past that and go. That's what they're going to do. And there's like no chance card that can get you to move to green. There's no community chance card that will get you green. It's just not that good a spot to own. Like if I get a green, I'll probably, and I got like a little money, I'll probably auction it even though if I can buy it or not. Not even thinking about buying it because green is not a good spot to own. And the house is expensive on green as well. Boardwalk now. It's the most expensive property in the game, but it's only 2 of them. So, and the house is expensive, but it's right by go. So once they pass up that green, and they land on your boardwalk, if you got houses in there, you're damn near winning the game and bankrupting them if they land on there. But it's right past going. Every player want to go. They want to get that $200 once they pass go. So they're going to, and then there's a card that goes advance the boardwalk and the chance set. There's an advance the boardwalk. You feel me? So that's why I feel like boardwalk is up there, and there's only 2 of them, so it's not going to be like because they're so expensive. If you get both pretty quick, and you can put houses down pretty quick if you got a lot of starter cash from when you first start the game, from that Advanced Boardwalk card, or somebody else pull that Advanced Boardwalk, and you already got houses on Boardwalk, you can fry their shit. That's why I feel like Boardwalk's the best, one of the best properties to get in Monopoly. But if I had to, this is a D. Electric Company is a D. The utilities is they're not really worthwhile. Like if you get them, cool, but it's not really a worthwhile thing for you to go after. Like if I had to rank, like I would say railroads is like probably the most thing to go after, and follow to an orange. And then I would say if you get boardwalk before red, railroads is the most thing to go out there. Then orange, because player later the game players going to go to jail, and this orange is like damn near right out of jail, right behind pink. Pink is too close because you're probably gonna roll a big number. You're most likely to roll a big number, winning a low number. And pink is, and orange houses and sheep. Borak house is expensive, and Borak is the most expensive property in the game. But there's a chance for the advanced Boardwalk, and there's only 2 of them. And if you get them quick enough, you can put houses down, and you're in a safe place because a lot of players are going to go that way to go past go and get $200. Same with red. It's like a worse orange. It's more expensive. Houses cost more. Obviously, the rent will go up more. And it's farther away from jail that people can still land on. But if they get free parking, they're pretty much skipping red. You feel me? That's all I was just gonna say. It's like a weaker orange, and then yellow is like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere basically. People gonna want to go to jail. That's why I put yellow in B, because people gonna want to go to jail. Pink is like right out of jail, but it's like one of them starter properties. Like you get at the beginning of the game that you don't really think about. Pretty much. Same with brown. Same with baby blue. Green is like in the middle of nowhere, buttfuck middle of nowhere, and it's ass to get. Then electric company and waterworks is just like they're cards. Like okay, I got it, but I'm not really looking forward to it. Other properties, C and above, is like you could look forward to, and you could still got a chance of winning the game off those properties, even if they're mid as shit. And then I put brown. I didn't even speak about brown. Brown and baby blue is down there because they're starter properties. I feel like they're cards to go out there at the beginning of the game. Once you establish properties later on down the board, you're not really gonna think about the baby blue and the brown. Pretty much, you're gonna put more focus into the orange, red, boardwalk, yellow, pink, and railroads. I feel like railroads is the best to get because they're split up around the board. It's one railroad on each side of the board. So if you get all 4, not only is that multiplying your money, but they're all across the board. So there's always a chance wherever anybody is across the board to land on your property. That's why I feel like railroads is the best to go for it. And follow orange, and then if you can get, I'll say the blue and the red are even. If you can get either one of those to follow, yellow or pink, and then the rest is just starter. And then green is just it's like a mid. It's middle of nowhere card. Well, y'all let me know down below which I think is the best property to get in Monopoly. I think it's Railroad and Orange, obviously. So this one? Nah, I'm gonna say that for another time. Alright, we got, let me start recording. Alright, we got the best leaders in The Walking Dead. We don't know too much about her. We know her property, not property, her, one of her camps. She wasn't really leading it, but one of the camps she was leading gets overrun. We don't know too much about her, so I'm gonna put her C. We know you get wiped out, but the way you took care of the older people, you made yourself seem as a threat to make groups not want to attack you. And you also went after guns, and you also made a deal with Rick, even though you knew you couldn't take him out now, so you made a deal with him in order to get guns, in order to protect them. I feel like that puts you in a decent leader. The Highwaymen, see, we don't know too much about you. We seen you die, but you did try to extort a group as leader. You try to set it up. So I feel like I'll give you some points. Morgan, yeah, I don't think Morgan's a good leader. He like his mentality is like too weak. Not weak, but like it can break easily, give or take where Morgan's at in his mind state. I forgot even who he was. Carol. She could be a good leader, but she more as a I work in the shadows Batman type of role. She willing to do the dark deeds for the group. Daryl, I put Daryl in A. He just too like not willing to accept that leader role, even though he's a leader. He just don't want to accept it. That's Daryl's biggest like thing as being a leader. I feel like once Daryl figures out like, okay, I can be this leader, then he'll be good at it. But he just don't want to accept that being a leader. Ezekiel, I put Ezekiel at S. He, I'm explaining why Ezekiel was an S tier leader. He made a deal with. He realized he couldn't beat the Savior, so he made a deal with them not to come into his community. He also kept his community well afloat all the way into the. Yeah, the kingdom did fall, but when we first met him, his community was flowing great, and it was at like a school. He had his soldiers training. He had people training. They seemed well fed. They had wildlife. They had gardens, and he put on a facade, even though we know it was a facade. And, we know he could lose faith. He put on a facade for his people in order to keep them happy and keep them up. I feel like that's a great leader, and what great leaders can do is inspire their group to keep going. And I feel like Eugene did that for throughout the whole. Not Eugene. I call him Eugene. The King did that throughout the whole show. I feel like Ezekiel did that, and he made a deal like that deal with the Saviors. Once you realize you couldn't beat the Saviors, that deal with them and like he made right. We give you half our shit, yeah. We give you supplies. We give you a set amount of supplies, set amount of food. You don't step foot into our camp, our community, and you don't touch our people. I feel like that's great. Considering what we've seen, Negan and his group does to other communities. Hilltop, Alexandria, he like to like go in there, mess with them. He doesn't do that with the kingdom until like they start fighting back. So him to order and make that deal with Negan and them, but I put that on actually puts him in S. Gabriel, I put an A. You might be the first D. Maggie, I put her in A. She's not that S for me. I'm sorry. Maggie, she's a great leader, but she has shown multiple time again she's willing to sacrifice her people in order to get herself and her selfish goals, um, herself and her selfish goals to win. And I feel like that's not what a good leader does. Like a good leader puts his people before anything else, puts the community before anything else. And Maggie has shown over and over again she could put her community before everything else, but her own selfish goals. Negan is a S leader. I'm sorry. I mean, he built a system that kept people oppressed, kept psychopaths oppressed. I mean, not oppressed, kept psychopaths locked down on chains and not wanting to backdoor him. That crazy. I mean, Dwight, Simon, but they didn't. They had that much respect for Negan, and he ran that motherfucker. He ran that motherfucker. He ran it good. He kept people in line, kept people in check. Not that many people wanted to escape Negan. Not that many people could escape Negan. And then he went out and conquered other groups. We haven't seen no other community does that in the show besides, I forgot what it's called, the Commonwealth, and they had 50,000 people. Negan didn't even have nowhere near the 50,000 people, and we seen him took down the kingdom and took them over, had them giving them supplies. So he was keeping his people fed, and his people not even the ones growing the garden. They're doing the cropping, they're doing all that. They're giving it to Negan's people while keeping other people, oppressed people. Even though that's bad, but we're talking leader in apocalypse here. While keeping oppressed people to feed the top workers, the top dogs, and he did that well. It was a well-oiled machine over there in the sanctuary, and he did it in a factory. He didn't do it in no school. He didn't do it in no mansion community. He didn't do it in no freaking super old museum. He did it in a factory. And he took down other groups and put them under his belt and had them work for him. He did Alexandria. He had 3 other groups working for him at one point in time. Alexandria, Hilltop, and the Kingdom. And then he got with Jada's people and had them trade on Rick too. I think niggas an S tier leader. The Pope, Pamela, she C. I mean, nah, I'll put her in B. Pamela, she did know how to keep the old world flowing. Like Commonwealth was flowing with her. Obviously, there's people going missing. There's scum like going around. Her own son was doing bullshit. But she know how to keep the thing flowing. She was rigging shit. She know how to keep the thing flowing and flowing. So I'll put her in B. The Pope, I'll put you in C. Got your people killed. You, I'll put you in C also. Dawn, I mean, she was emotional. She's showing time and time again to let her emotions control her. Gareth, I will put you in. Honestly put Gareth in A. I'm putting Gareth in A. He held a well put together trap together in Apocalypse. He just happened to come across a person like Rick. The trap he held in Apocalypse, leading people into like a slaughterhouse. Basically, he was leading his fool into a trap, aka people. He was eating people, and he kept his group in line too. And they all respected Gareth enough to follow him into Rick after Rick just destroyed the whole community. And what else I was gonna say? And he also did, when his place got taken over, he also did fight for it and got that taken back. And he kept one of the people that took over his place locked up into a training court as well. So not only he got people to turn into cannibals, he also got people to fall in line and respect him enough. And he had people sending up fireworks to disrespect not disrespect, to distract the hordes and take them away from there. And he just happened to run into just an unlucky group like Rick's in them. Yours is the A tier leader for me. Governor is an S. I'm gonna explain why the governor is an S tier. Because he kept Woodbury together. Wow. Governor, he's like a S minus. I wouldn't put him in S. I put him in high A. Because he has shown to be showing his emotion over his group. As I mean, attacking the prison a second time. Like, after the first time, and you turn on your group and you slaughter all your people, you should just leave that prison alone. It's like, this is your chance to start over and you're still obsessed with the prison. And he did slaughter his whole group. That's why I dropped him to A. If he didn't slaughter his whole group, and he wasn't as up to the prison and beating Rick, I would have put him in S. Because he did keep Woodbury afloat. He did keep people entertained. If people are not entertained in Apocalypse, that's when it makes some people start losing their mind. He did keep a lot of soldiers on him. He did go on his mission as elf. He kept his community well fed. They had power. Ice. They had ice in the Apocalypse as well. So I'll put him in A. Jadis, B. Gregory, I'll put you in C. Jesus, we didn't see much of you as a leader. And he kind of like, I put you in C. You kind of just did not respect that leader role. Rick is an obvious S. Do I need to explain? I don't even need to explain Rick. Tara, we didn't get to see you much as a leader. We did not get to see you much as a leader, so I can't put you there. You're a shit leader. You got your people slaughtered, just attacking random groups. Diana, I'll put you in B. You did keep a group alive in the Apocalypse that wasn't even experiencing the outside world. You kept them afloat, and you had good morals because you wouldn't experience an Apocalypse yet, so your morals send them away was good. And you prioritized your people over one singular person, aka keeping Pete as a surgeon, even though Pete was hitting Jesse, which I wouldn't personally do. Like, Pete, you gotta go, but you did that in order to keep your people safe. So I gotta commend you for that. So I'll put you in B for that, because you made that hard decision. You keep letting Pete hit you. That kind of sounds crazy, but it is a hard decision to make in an Apocalypse. Surgeons and doctors are rare to come across in an Apocalypse. You got a good one on your hands. So she did kind of sacrifice she kind of sacrificed Jesse and her kids for her community. So I kind of respect that. I respect that move. Alpha, I'll put Alpha in A. I mean, she damn near led a herd of randos, and they did good. They all respected her, except for a few. But she did put on an illusion to have them trapped, and she had them oppressed, which I think is good. Beta, we just didn't get see, he was just on straight out crash out mode at the Alpha. Got his people taking on Michonne. I'll put Michonne in that. I'll put Michonne in S. Michonne has shown time and time again to put her people before anything. AKA when she shut out the Kingdom and Hilltop once Rick and them fell, and she was like, "Oh, this is a threat. This is a threat. This is a threat. I can't let you do this. I can't let you do that." She has shown to wanted to protect her people more than protect anything. So I have to go with Michonne as tier leader. Oceanside, we don't just really see much of you. Joe, for what I think his name's Joe. I'm gonna call him Claimers. Claimers, what he did. I mean, he kept a bunch of weirdos, but he had a rule. You had to claim it, and once you claim it, and people didn't respect that rule, he kept them in order, kept them in check. And they all respected him. And then once one of his people was killed, they all wanted to get back and all respected him. So I have to go with that. Even though the group he was wrong with was weirdos, I have to give him respect for that. Shane, for what it's worth, I'll put you in B. You have shown the time and time again to be selfish and put your group in hard danger to save Lori and Carl. But I wouldn't fault you that. But you have shown time and time to crash out and leave with your emotions, which is not good. Those how I rank the Walking Dead leaders. Let me know if I did anything wrong in the comments below. Should I do the deaths? What time is it? No, I'm not. I'm gonna say the rest for tomorrow. I'm gonna end right here. I can finish this one quick as hell, so I'm gonna just finish this one, then I'm gonna get off. Season 1 of The Walking Dead. I'm ranking the Walking Dead seasons. Season 1 was a solid B for me. I'm going in order. Season 2 was also a B for me. I feel like season 1 was amazing, and I feel like season 2 followed it up well. If not, stepped it up over season 1. Season 3 is an A. Season 3 was great. I feel like it was a step up over season 2. Season 4 was a B. I wouldn't say it's it dropped down to like below, like crazy below season 3, but compared to season 3, we had the governor introduction, the Rick versus the governor, um, the governor betraying his old people, the Michonne dilemma, losing Lori in season 3. Then season 4, you followed it up, and the group was kind of split up. Which I like the split upness, but sometimes the episode got a little boring. The Beth and Daryl I didn't really like that much. But when it came back together, I feel like that was great. If I had to rank season 5, I'll put that in. By the way, I'm only gonna give one season S. I'll put that in season 5 and A. I'll put it over season 3. Season 5 was amazing. Season 5 only got like one bad thing, and it's not really a bad thing. But if I had to say like one, I found the best episodes to be boring. Other than that, season 5 was great. They had Feral Rick, introduction to Alexandria, and this people, and Rick speeches, and he was like, "You gonna kick me out, me? You gotta start living in the real world now." And hit Rick slowly turning into Shane, going after other people. Wow, it was just amazing. Season 6, I feel like is the best season of Walking Dead television. There's no questions about it. I feel like season 6 is the best of the Walking Dead ever had. Just think about everything that was in season 6. No Way Out, Negan's introduction, Clint's fake out death, even though that wasn't that good, but it was still there. Here's Not Here. What else? You had the compound slaughter when they Rick and them broke into the compound and slaughtered all the saviors in their sleep for some food. That was like a big dilemma because we used to see Rick and them be the good guys, and them taking a higher hit to take out saviors. Yeah, the saviors was bad guys, took them on the road, but you just slaughtered a bunch of people that you didn't really know like that in their sleep. So that was a more dilemma to have there. I feel like season 6 was perfect, peak Walking Dead. I feel like there wasn't a bad thing about season 6. I mean, it was bad things, obviously, but like a huge bad thing about like other seasons, like they got huge bad things. I feel like season 6 didn't have that. Now season 7, I had to put that in the C. Season 7 was depressing, basically. Daryl was kidnapped. It was meant to feel this way. Glenn just died. You lost all hope. Rick is broken, and it was meant to feel that way, but it kind of dragged on a little bit. It kind of got a little boring. Season 8, I'll say the same thing. Like I wouldn't say season 7 and 8 were necessarily bad, but they kind of like dragged on, and it's like, it's cool, but it's like, you feel me? That's how I describe season 7 and 8. It's just a 9. I feel like 9 was genuinely amazing, bro. I'll put that right there. I feel like 9 was genuinely amazing. Like, just think about what the show had to inherit after they had to inherit all the stuff after Negan. Rick, the actor of Rick, wanted to leave the show to be time with his family because he's British. So he was spent so far away with his family. So he wanted to leave, so they deal with that. And they had to write a bunch of characters to step up and fill that role of a Rick Impian. I feel like they did a good job doing that with season 9. Now, later season, did they do a really good job of keeping that stuff afloat? It was alright. So that's why going to season 10. I'll put season 10. It's better than season 8. No, I'll put season 10 B. I'll say it's better than season 7 and 8. It's a kind of a little smidget down from season 9, but it wasn't that bad. You have to I forgot to talk about season 9. Season 9, you have the introduction to Alpha and Beta. You got the spike scene. The spike scene was one of my favorite scenes of Walking Dead history. Seeing all the spikes and how they show their heads, like season 9 was great. For what it inherited after season 7 and 8, and they somehow built it up from season 9 with Rick's leaving and all that was season 10. You have the finishing of the Whisperer arc. I feel like that wasn't bad. Then season 8, 11. It kind of got like it kind of turned into a snore fest. I love The Walking Dead, but season 11 kind of turned into a snore fest. I'll put that right in between season 8. Season 11 was decent. The way I was counting season 11 is like, no, I see season 11 not as an I see it as like it was a setup to the spinoff. That's how I see season 11. It was kind of an ending to the main series, but it's also a setup to the spinoff. As in, we learn Daryl's character arc and why he started leaving, why Maggie left. Rick is still not back. Fucking Ezekiel becomes the leader of the Commonwealth, basically. It's like an ending to The Walking Dead for certain characters, but it's set up to the spinoff for more. That's why I put season 11 as C. This is how I rank The Walking Dead season. I'll say season 6 is the best Walking Dead. It literally had no misses. Season 5 and 3 was like some of the second best of Walking Dead's history. 4, 2, 1, 9. 4, 2, I'm gonna put 4, 2, 1 in its own separate category. Those like you got like a smidge of miss, but like you had to follow up and come in the middle of all-time great season, and that kind of knocked you down. And it kind of got like turned it towards Northwest. 9 for what it inherited after the All Out War arc, and then Rick leaving shit, and what it inherited. I'll say they did an amazing job with that. That's why I put season 9 and B. Season 10 it kind of falls off from season 9, but it remains like that connected with season 9. So I'll put season 10 as there. And then season 11, I'll put that in its own tier. Not own tier. I'll put that down there because it didn't feel like a send off to The Walking Dead. It felt like it just a setup for a more continuous Walking Dead, which season 11 was supposed to be the send off. And season 8 and 7, it just felt like a snore fest. Like it just dragged on for a little. Like it just didn't like it just dragged on. Basically, what I said. I'm not saying like the Negan is one of the biggest arcs in Walking Dead history, so you have to make it 2 seasons, 2 or more seasons. But I'm saying it like it dragged on. The way how it changed up Rick and how it made the oppressed Rick was, and Rick didn't want to fight back. Daryl getting captured away, like it just destroyed our group and our momentum. And I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but the destroyed group dragged on for a little longer than I like, basically. And season 8 was just the fight after fight just kept getting dragged on more. That's how I rate The Walking Dead season though. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below.